Reserve coming up at 2 o'clock. Going to be a quarter point. We know that already. The more important information that we're going to get is going to come a little bit later on. 2:30 is when Fed Chair Powell will take to the microphone. There'll be a prepared speech. We'll get whatever comments come through from him at that point. The market's going to react to that simply based off anything that is different from the last time he made that same prepared speech. So I'll bring that to you exactly when it happens. We have a few minutes to go, though, before we get this quarter point hike. Once that statement is finished then at 2:30, then we get the Q&A with the media. That typically ends up being the time that he lets a few things slip. Here's a look at the market, how we're setting up going into the rate decision here. It's been pretty red all midday, really. We're just grinding along here, waiting for this decision. 0.5% right now for the S&P, 0.9 for the Dow, 0.1 for the NASDAQ, faring a little bit better than the rest. Still red here for crude oil as well. It's been a choppy day after that inventory number. 0.5% for Bitcoin to the upside. Ethereum as well, back to positive. To kick things off this afternoon, this is what we will look at coming up at 2 o'clock. Shout out to our friends at Financial Juice. You can see the FOMC rate statement they have right here. Will follow the rate decision. So 4.75 is what is expected. That includes the quarter point hike. You can see the last one was 4.5 is what we got to with the last quarter point hike. So this box will populate right here with, if we see 4.75, which we will, that is in line with expectations. Then we'll sit here and wait until 2:30. Let's bring in the guys and start getting prepared here for what is to come in a few minutes, guys. We'll bring this to you live, as I mentioned. But as far as an actual trade opportunity goes, we'll just wait for, there we go. Hey, guys. As far as an actual trade opportunity goes, what are we looking at? What are we going to be prepared with?
First of all, just get it out of the way.
Welcome back.
What a midday show it was. I mean, it was fun just sort of sitting here next to the boys. Everybody had a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. It's going to be a wild afternoon. You all know that. So at 2 o'clock, someone said in the chat, why are we so sure it's going to be a quarter point? Because the odds are at like 99 point something percent. And they don't, I mean, when they get that high, I don't think we've ever seen a surprise, last I checked. So we're expecting a quarter point. And that's why, yes, there will be a move at the open, but 2:30 might be that directional trade that we look for. So if you have a key level, you're looking for some dip buys if we come down.
No positions.
I don't know, just getting out of something. Yeah, if you're looking for a dip buy when things come down, because I know I like, let's just give an example. Like I know I like AMD 90, 79.5, 79.5, 80 year. If we come to my chart for a second quickly, yeah, if I know I like the dips in here, if we get as expected, I don't think we're seeing a surprise. So I can say, okay, snap down in. Actually, I want to cancel this bid. Snap down in. If it starts bouncing at a level I like, I'll just go scalp mode trading at 2 o'clock. However, if we start making a trend trade in the overall futures, so now let's imagine a scenario where you either bounce off morning support or you bounce off the 12,000, say, on the NASDAQ, and we start trending to the upside and we're making higher lows going into 2:30, Powell hits and we break up, then I would like a trend long. Like that's a much different story. Then I'd look for multiple positions to the long side. I like AMD because it's a super strong name today, but I feel like the bigger trades are the 2:30 trades. In and out, keep yourself nimble from 2 to 2:30, but at 2:30, you look to put on that directional trade, however it gets established. I'm not saying it's going to be a long, but if it ends up being one, I think you have some obvious floor levels to work with here on the way back in.
Not saying, just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah, I was just singing welcome back to everybody because we are now back here.
Mace.
For the, yeah, there's Mace show. Yeah, exactly. I love Mace. Harlem World. Ain't no better world than a Harlem world. We are still long AMD, but we should have got out before this number. Same kind of thing right there. So let's talk about some trade ideas coming in. So this is my thought for this. I just tweeted it out. Thank you for all the new viewers coming in to watch us. This is going to be our biggest and best show yet. And then we'll beat that tomorrow. And then the day after that, we'll just keep doing best shows. But today is very important because it's Fed Day. But this is the thing. With us expecting, like, look at the market here today. With us expecting this 25-point hike. That is what's coming through. So the Fed rate tool is at an unbelievable amount. Brendan probably can show that right before we go live or whatever we have. He probably has it up right now. So look at the NASDAQ today. We've been expecting a quarter point now since the last release. So 2 months ago in December, we thought that it was going to go a quarter point. That's sort of what it's been doing up until this point. So for me, I don't expect the market to do anything, to be honest with you. And I know this is like not a good way to get ratings or anything like that. But what I'm expecting is 2:30 to be really key, because it's going to come out at 2 o'clock. Boom, here it is, as expected. Thank you for all the super chats as we go. Because I was going to use an example, like when the guy delivers pizza to you and it comes, that's great. It's great pizza. It's there, right? But you don't get to like give a reaction to the pizza. Maybe it looks fine. It looks as expected, right? But then as you're eating it, you're like, oh, wait a second. This has, for example, Neil, pineapples on it.
Well, I know it's bad when I open it at that point.
No, but maybe it's hidden. Right? Okay. So that's what we're trying to figure out right now with Jerome Powell. Is he going to sprinkle some pineapples on this pizza, or is he just going to keep it as status quo, right? So there it is. We're going to find out what's happening. We know this is a bear, or this is a bull right now. I don't know what the market's going to wind up being.
That was for the pineapple.
Yeah, I know. That was for the pineapple. Down goes pineapple. Thank you for all the super chats. We're going to be getting multiple pizzas Friday at this time. We're going to have beer, pizza, wings. I don't know. Was wings on there? Cannolis, apparently.
Something called 2020. I don't know what somebody said something like 2020. Some kind of drink, MD 2020. I don't know whatever that is.
I'm going for the throats right now. That's why I did this up right here. We're gonna professionally hit this trade here now. And look, what I was sort of getting at was we're gonna have to wait till 2:30 when Powell comes on the podium, and at that point he's gonna say yay or nay to this market, and we're gonna figure out what happens from that point moving forward. Because again, it's about the dot plot. It's what number is he looking at? What terminal rate are they looking at? Sub 5 or greater than 5%, right? So it's some of these things. Will he address the dollar strength? That's going to affect tech names as well. Obviously, names like Tesla, Meta, all these names are well up. I don't think the Fed needs to do anything. I think they just stick the course, and we'll see if that comes through. But hey, I'm excited, and we only have 7 minutes to go right now. I don't know if he's going to sprinkle a little liver on the pizza. I just saw what you said.
The thing you look for is he going to say anything that indicates slowing down, which I don't think they will. He will do everything he can to avoid talking about how long they will be at the terminal rate, when they could possibly go up. If he does address that in any fashion, that would definitely move the markets. I don't think he gives you any of that while at the podium. He does a very good job of dodging those types of questions. So it's all about the nuance. Like, what do you think about the labor market? That's going to be a big thing. I actually have a trailing stop on AMD, because I actually thought maybe I'd be trailed out or we'd hit target before we got here. And that's the thing. It's going to trigger
no matter what.
But we've been holding it all day long. Like, I don't want to give this all the way back to 80 just because. So it's probably going to trail me out in the next 10, 15 cents, and then I'll just be short a firm. Firm was at the high of the day.
Oh, it was that Mad Dog 2020. That's the stuff
Mad Dog 2020. That's
you Googled it. Apparently, it's like almost
disgusting.
Worse than that chip. It's like you're not even supposed to drink it.
Yeah, nice try.
Straight up. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's just.
I don't know what's in it. I didn't get that far.
It's just moonshine, I guess. But there was like a green one, a red one, a blue one. Nah, we ain't doing any of that. We're gonna.
My roommate made some really good hooch in university.
Quickly here.
That's moonshine, but that's a different story.
I'm down for some moonshine.
Right?
Yeah, I'm down for some moonshine. I have a lot of friends that are from the East Coast here in Canada, and moonshine, and plus Italian. Come on, I mean, we're making that in our cellars every single day, the wine and all that kind of stuff. And
that's how you got to do it.
I used to say to my papa, and like I was like, he used to tell me, Sean, I was too young. He was like, Sean, you can start your car with this wine. And I was like, oh, God. I don't think that's something that I would want to have.
You don't want that.
Now, for sure, I would not. But, okay, here's a trade idea in case we get a little spicy here. Let's go. You guys want some ideas? What about on a rip, a Meta? So, if the market rips up here, you still have Meta 150, right? So we got long here. We got out. We tried it again at 149. Didn't work. But there's a nice little rip upside, almost $3 of a win. And then it's faded out. I think that if the market goes up here and then kind of slows, I would say you could get a nice little short opportunity up here for Meta 150. So that's a play I'm looking at. Also, on a tank back down in, let's take a name that's strong today. Meta's strong. It's flat, market down. I would say Meta down here at 147 as well for another idea. We now only have 5 minutes. I also like, Neil, and I know we're talking about 80 on AMD, but that's exactly where we bought it and where we were supporting it all day. So if the market comes crashing down, Neil likes the terminology stink bid, so I won't coin that like Sharif stole your flat bottom break one. You could put some bids down here for AMD. Catch them when you can. That's a DiCaprio movie, I think. Catch Me
Catch
It was a book.
That's a good movie.
I believe, yeah. But anyways, I'm going to put a bid down here near 80 for AMD as well. See if we can catch something. So again, a little bit of a move up. I think you can short Meta. And this is until 2:30. I'm just talking about the initial bump up that we're going to see here. I think a short on Meta is a pretty good idea there at 150. And I obviously like the long here on AMD. Play the strength.
I actually like Alphabet 100. If we go crazy to the upside, that's a fade. Obviously, I'm in a firm off the week high here, so needless to say, if there is a spike up and we don't break 1660, then I would like to short on a firm at that price. So, that's an obvious one for me. I just feel like if the market flushes, this stock has been on an absolute tear, not a bad place. If we break out, then got to accept the fact above 1660 that goes absolutely nuts, and I got to be out of that trade. I'm with you on Meta 150. I think that was the one short I had a couple of days in a row, so I don't mind going back to that well. And Tesla is probably going to be a mover. Go figure. Tesla move? But I'm not changing anything on Tesla from this morning. 180, 180, 180. If the market goes up, not 75, not 77. If there is a reversal, to me, it's 180. If there is a bounce, it's 170. Keep it as simple as possible. Try not to get too far out of your comfort zone in terms of price levels. If you have to ask yourself, is this a key level when the market just gravitates towards it quickly, then don't trade it. If you're like, oh, this is for sure a key level, I know it, I'm confident in it, then put a trade on at that level, and that's all you should be trying to do. And just another point here, we tell this to new traders and trainees all the time, just because you expect it to be wild, you don't have to trade it. If you've never traded around this before, it's a crazy whipsaw action. It settles down usually and picks a direction at 230. You can always paper trade, learn, watch. That's what it's all about. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with sitting it out your first time because you'd hate yourself if you've never traded around this. You get an entry point, get stopped out and lose, look back 30 minutes later and it would have been great. Or you can just learn from it by watching. So there's no wrong answer here. I always say if you're early to this and you've never really traded one of these numbers, I would sit it out and go for paper trading, especially because of the whipsaw action. Just expect a bigger range and a lot of wick tops and wick bottoms to be expected.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be all right. All right, so yeah, lower your shares, get ready to rock and roll. You can also look at gold, should be really important during this time. I know Greg, not to steal his thunder there, but he does look at a little bit of gold when this does happen, so you can look at that. That's been a big mover in the past. I don't think Neil and I will get into that, but we may. And then I just want to look at the TQQ here because this is something that I like to trade. I mean, do we go back to this high right here? I'm going to try to short 2350 right now, so we're going to try to do that, 2350 on that number, and or buy. Where did I put my bid down here? 2250. So the low of the day on the TQQs is what we're looking at too. Down here, 2250. In about a minute and a half, Brendan, we're going to go over to Brendan's screen.
Yep.
He's going to tell us all about it. And again, it's just a number popping in. So we're going to see the quarter point raise, I would expect. If it's anything other than a quarter, we have a cancel all. I will be shift escaping everything, getting out of the way of this market and letting it flow. So let's wait to see what happens here. We're getting ready, Brendan, with just over a minute to go. We've got AMD, $2 in the money. That will change really quickly. And we have Alibaba, 50 cents in the money, which also will change. Look at the market. We're starting to get going here right now, Brendan. The market just taking out day's high right now, pretty much at the day's high. And there it is. It's taking it out. So, hey, we talked about the market rallying into this, right? The NASDAQ's been huge this month. So now here we go. We're going to get that pineapple pizza. You open it up, you see the pineapple, and then you decide. So 159 right now in 20 seconds. Let's go over to Brendan now if he's ready. He is, so we're going to go there. 30 seconds to go.
All right, let's get you up to date here on this screen, and we'll show you what to look for here as this happens. Again, shout out to our friends at Financial Juice. 30 seconds ago here, 4.75. This number right here, we want to see that pop in right there. So if the same number comes in here, that's in line. So that's exactly what is expected, up from 4.5 last time. So that will indicate a quarter point hike. 10 seconds to go here. We'll get the statement at the same time. I'll sift through that and bring anything significant to you as it happens. And then, of course, 2:30, we'll have the press conference. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. In line, 4.75. No surprise right across the board, guys. 4.75, 4.75. I'll look through these comments and come back with anything important.
So first things first, I knew I'd get trailed out of that on the number. On AMD, I had a tight trailing stop, so I know I'm going to be out of it. Not a heck of a lot happening. I think this is where it has to go to a key price level for you to care about it. I am in a short that's working in a firm, but that's just because I was already in that bad boy. And it's not a crazy move, but we are down to the low of the day. So I'm going to take profit on this and try to hold through like 16 and VWAP here. So I was in one short and one long. This was always going to happen.
Oh, wow.
One was going to work, and the other one we just trail out of. So a firm already down like 40 pennies off the high. Can it get to the low of the day? That's the only question.
All right, so we'll start ringing a little bit, hit the alarms right there. We gave you the TQQ trade. Did we give that to you at 22.50 or did we give that to you at 22.50? Answer yes to both. Same question. But there it is right there. We got a nice little bid there. We took at the bottom of the day. We took that trade, and there it is right there, the TQQ. Temporarily, I'm out of 40%. You know, I don't want to be here if this is going to start to go back to the downside, but there it is right there. A nice little take there on the TQs. There it is. We told you guys right before this number came out that we thought we could test the bottom there. We test the bottom. We sit there on the TQQ, take that trade, already out. Look at that piece, out again right there. Let's go. Let's go back up to this market as we start the rally here. We took the market, we hit it, we traded it. Thank you for watching. Now let's go back up to the upside, but we pause. We wait for Sir Jerome Powell at 2:30.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be about 25 minutes of just nonsense until we actually get a real move. I think we get a real move, like taking out highs. Amazon, by the way, we didn't talk about every single name in the market, but Amazon has been creeping and trying to make a big breakout. And if you look at the top here, Amazon is poised. 103.5. I think you're going into the end of the week. That 105 can be in play if we take out the tops on Amazon. So line that one up. Brendo, what do you have?
Guys, they're using the word repeats a lot in this statement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, in fact. That just indicates that it was the same statement in the prior one. In determining the extent of future rate hikes, they'll take into account cumulative tightening. We heard that last month. Anticipates ongoing increases will be appropriate. And that's after the move from 4.5 to 4.75. So as of right now, as far as I can see anyways, everything pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, so you knew it wasn't going to be anything crazy.
Right.
That's why we talk about this. So I think I'm going to go back to rinsing and repeating any key level. We get the bottom at VWAP on a firm. If it comes back to the top, I'm just going to short the top. I don't see any reason to deviate from that kind of a plan. If it breaks out the high, it breaks out the high. I got no issues, you know, reversing into that long. But until it tells me otherwise, I think we're okay to go back to sort of step one. I'm going to be all over the bid of AMD, and I don't want to ignore. I know other things are happening out there in the market. Carvana is going absolutely nuts. When the number comes out, we're going to be focused on big cap because that's where it's at. But CVNA, double top, 1145 or 1150, whatever you want to call it. This has been an absolute churn. I think if it takes it out, that's kind of one of those clean breaks that people love. I mean, it's going to be a highly shorted name. This is where it's coming from. Big time double top. It is worth watching, although I still am focused on the two names I like here, AMD. To an extent, if we see Meta 150 or Tesla at either of those key levels, we can talk about them. But Tesla's so far away, I'm not sure we get there.
I'm debating just putting an offer at 82 now on AMD. Just a quick update. We are only holding now 20% of TQQ. We got a grade out there at 85. I just took another one at 65, right in the middle. So first out 65, then that was a 68, then a 70, and then an 85 off of a long 50 deuce right there. We are going to get out if it breaks the bottom, though. Like a break of 50, let's just get out. We've already tested this bottom a couple times. It's actually 48. Maybe I got to adjust that. No, actually, I have it at 48. So if we tick 48, we're going to get out of this one. AMD to the upside, we talked about that. Alibaba's down a little bit now. We'll wait to see if that can move. Let's just check out on a bellwether, right? Let's go over to Apple quickly. I can imagine it's not doing much because of the NASDAQ ain't doing much. But for right now, and like as we said, man, look at the NASDAQ. Down, up, I mean, as expected, right? We've seen worse moves just on a random GoDaddy or DraftKings employee release. You know, I mean, these moves aren't that dramatic right now, but Apple being down 1.7%, this is a name right here that, you know, if Powell comes out, which is now 25 minutes away, and Brendan just read through the script there, he talked about, you know, sort of as expected or, you know, as per usual. Nothing just seems to be too outsized there. But, you know, what about a move back down here for Apple? So, you know, it's weak today. We just touched VWAP up here at 142. 142.70. I think that could probably be shorted as well just because it's so weak. And until Powell comes out, I'm really just wondering what kind of a movement are we looking at here in the Fed, right? So let's hold it out, wait for him. But again, if we hit some of these extremes like this Apple 142.70, I think that's probably worth a short rate there.
Yeah, and that's sort of the thing. It has to come to the price, though. Like you can say, like, Meta looks okay if you wanted to short up at, like, 149.60, but the price is 150, man. It's got to get there. And that's the same thing. I'm waiting for you could be, like, I could already be in a firm. Sure, I could have said, let's just short it, I don't know, down here at 1630, but it's not until it gets to the top. So I just reloaded a firm. This is the one that I liked. It's a multi-day high. I do love it for a reverse, but the market doesn't feel like it wants to be strong enough for that. So I just reloaded that trade. I looked over at Alphabet just to see if there was anything going there. Nowhere close to even 99. So, probably has to at least get to 99 for a significant top. Although if it rolls over and just takes out the bottoms, let's go 15-minute for you guys here. If this rolls over and takes out the bottoms on Alphabet, you have some pretty significant levels if it goes a couple of bucks, where I think you could pick up a bid on Google. Relatively weak name. Let's stick to what's working. AMD just took out the top, by the way.
Yeah.
So you can, when I just said the market didn't feel like it wanted to go higher, I mean, AMD just basically said, hold my beer, which will be holding some beers on Friday.
Yeah, we are.
Money.
That's why, and I know Neil explained why he had that stop order in, but I was just like, you know what? Honestly, first of all, watch these TQQs right now, 30 cents in the money and going. So this is a good trade for me. They're holding on to AMD and holding on to the TQs as we're right now. I thought we were going to go. We just went right back to where we got out the first time at 85. Let's see if we take out the day's high next, all the way up here off that. So that's going to be one trade there. But yeah, AMD so super strong today. It's going to be your trade of the day. We were already long down here at 79.20. Then we bought it again at 80. We've just been buying off that view up. We haven't done anything since, man. We were waiting for this. But there's AMD still. $3 right now in the money for that as it drops down. Let's just continue to hold this bad boy right now as there goes the TQQ. Hey, look, if you found us for the first time, you're welcome. I mean, this 2250, we just hit that. But I'm thanking you guys for coming through, man. Thank you so much for coming through and making this, again, the #1 show. We have over 8,000 people watching right now. I think that might be a record for our afternoon show, sans when we ate those stupid chips. But right now, let's go, man. Let's go, oh my God, on this one. Let's drop a bang, and then let's go diamond hands. We'll do them all in a row right now as there goes the TQQ through the high of the day, baby. We are cruising. We talked about buying that bottom. Now it's just Rip City. Let's go. This is a great trade. Couldn't be happier with this one. We're out of Baba, and the man, the myth, the legend is ready with something. What's up?
It seems like it's on this, guys. Here is your red line statement. So everything you see in red was either removed from the comments or changed slightly, including the terminal rate here to 4.75%, up from higher than that in the last statement. And this statement as well, in determining in the last one it said pace. Now they're saying the extent of future increases, so implying that it could be possibly the last. We'll see more comments to come as Fed Chair Powell comes at 2:30. More comments on the war in Ukraine as well. We're taken out as far as the effect is concerned, but a little more change in this than originally thought there.
Ooh. So this is me trying to get the 1150 break on Carvana. This is where Carvana is already. It's already at 75s. I hope somebody caught that breakout because that was insane. Like, it just took that double top. I tried to hit it twice. I'm obviously not through it. I'm reversing it along on a firm. And guess what just broke 150? Meta through 150. I'm in at 91, I'm out at the 10s, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to join that party on the breakout trade. So if I can still get it tight to that 150 level, we'll go for it. But Carvana needs to come back a little bit and pick me up. Like, that's one that's a squeeze play, just a pure squeeze play. So if we're going to get a continuation here, everything until 230 for me is a scalp trade. It's in, it's out. I want a real direction at 230 when he hits that podium. So I want to give tight stops, and then I want to try to get some tight outs here. We'll go for 150, right in front of that 40 level. If it goes up to 50s, I think on a 50 break, going to 50 makes some sense on Meta. To take you back over to a firm, I did reverse that one as well. So we're out, we reload, we're out 1660. This is why that's a weekly high on a firm. I think it's got a lot of room to run. You could see $17. Obviously, depressed names have more room to go. I still believe there's some shorts out there, however. One of them is going to be Alphabet when it gets to 99. That's been weak all day long. I think I want to reverse that and try scalping some shorts in Alphabet because it's still in front of a key level. Once a level is broken, though, I get out of the way.
Oh man, I just tweeted out spicy. Yeah, you got a nice little spicy meatball here with the TQQs, man. This is a monster move up over, I don't know, 2-3% move here to the upside from this bottom that we had right there. So it's a huge move going upside right now. We still do have AMD. And honestly, I feel like I'm with Neil on all of this, man. Like, we don't want to get too much. Yeah, there's the break of Meta. Wow, great break there for sure. Meta trying to break out right now. I feel like it is a little bit of a risk right now to do anything, considering where we're at in this market right now. Nice upside move, and then we only have now 20 minutes until Powell comes. As we've taken out the top again right now, we are getting real excited. Still going. Let's go, man. We are now $3 in the money on AMD. We are now 70 cents in the money on the market. And yeah, maybe I was just looking at Shopify right here. I don't know if you guys saw that. I was looking at Shopify, taking out some of these levels, heading up to VWAP right now, looking at this level, 49.30 maybe for a break here on Shopify as well, as that is trying to head back up to the upside. So a lot of spice happening right now in this market, man. Big time movement. Let's just continue to trade it. We haven't done much. I may get out of these TQQs, especially if we do break back down a little bit. But so for now, I like it. And I don't know, we can just hold it. We only have 20% left. Let's see if Powell throws cold water or heats this market up even more, I guess.
Yeah, hold something for the
move. Back to flat as well.
So just to preface that, ring the register and pay yourself for scalp trades in this time before 2:30. However, I do want to hold something for the top, like reversal here. Key level, make a decision. Decision to reverse. We're headed to 17 on a firm. But I want to hold on to a piece of this because if the trend just happens to be up for the rest of the day when he hits the podium, you don't want to give up on the good longs that you've got there. So, Meta got through. I'm on the 15-minute just so you can see how much room Meta has to last week's top, 153. You might say that's crazy, but this is Fed day. So I'm not putting anything above what can happen in the markets. I said I'd cover some in front of 150.50, so I did that. I never got the Alphabet short, so we got two longs. I was looking for a short in Alphabet at 99. It's not quite there yet. So it has to get to the key level. Give me a shot for an entry. I'll stop out literally at 99. This is not a time where I would give it an extra 10 pennies or so to see what it does. No, short in front of 99. If I get it, I'm out and 99 breaks. And that's that simple as that. Tesla's a bit of a disappointment. I mean, if you're long Tesla, you're happy. But if you're waiting for it to hit a key level, I think we're going to be waiting a little bit longer. So I'm going to hang on to what I got here. I think in 15 minutes, we're going to get a better move or better idea of how strong this move can eventually be. I would expect we could see a dip before we get him on the podium in 20 minutes.
All right, new position alert. We just took Softy off 248, so we're already ringing registers on Microsoft as well. You can see we're long at 27. We just took it out at 50, so we take 25 cents on that. Our risk isn't going to be too huge here. If Microsoft pulls back below this little wick right there, man, like 90s, maybe 70s back in, it's already to the high side, but it just turned green, so I want to take the long on Microsoft. It busted out a little bit here, obviously breaking through this. We already hit Microsoft today. It was a very, very profitable name for us. We talked about that. Who knows if it's going to be profitable now, but let's have something on board.
Carvana?
We already have a monster here. I mean, this is just... Honestly, AMD now $4 in the money is huge. But we're going to continue to watch out Softy here. Here it comes back into O's.
There's a pullback.
We'll take another bid. But because we only took 25 cents there, like my risk is 25 cents. So if this tanks back, see, like here it goes. If it breaks back down below, we don't need to hold this all the way back. Like Neil said, we could experience a little bit of a dip here. So let's start taking some profit out. If it rips back up, you see our average price is 0.75. So here we go, back up to 25. We'll take another piece out. We'll start ringing some registers right there. But hey, it could still drop down. This is not celebratory. We're just taking out some money, scalping it out right now. Here we go. Okay, let's go. As Randy says, here we go. Nice little move back up to the upside here for Softy. We average it in. We're taking more out. Let's go. I'm spinning this. I don't care. Nice little move outside right now. It's my show. I'll do what I want to. Nice little move to the upside right there. Taking a piece out. But like Neil said, I think we want to hold something maybe for Fed Powell.
Keep a piece. Keep a piece.
Not a lot. I am keeping a piece, man. And that's not the one on my hip.
Obviously not. We got to keep that on the down low. Although in some places it's fine.
Canada, yeah.
I mean, look, a couple of things. Someone just said Intel 29 looks good. Yeah, that's interesting if it gets there. I already lost shorting Intel today, so I don't know if I want to go back to that well. But Carvana, I don't want to ignore this. I did miss the break. It happens. Like, you throw a stop order. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't when it comes to the fill, depending on how aggressive you are. But it did just rip $12. And got to 06 and is starting to pull back. So I am looking to see if I can't catch a bit of a bid and join the party. As long as we're still trending to the upside and it's not 230 yet, then I want to see if we can't pick up like consolidation longs, that type of thing. I wasn't nearly aggressive enough on Alphabet because this is me. This is 98.90. This is it turning and pulling back. So that's going to happen. Like, you get a little bit discretionary on the price. Like I said, short at 99. I picked 98.90. It turns at 98.88. You really can't do anything about that. However, what I can do is look back at that breakout on a firm. It was 1660 on my 15. That's the triple top there. That's where I want to be picking it back up. 50s to 60s in this same range we made the decision. I'm going to go for the dip buy. If it rips through 50, I know I'm wrong on said dip buy. Meta's nowhere close to 150. That's actually heading to 151. So, yeah, there hasn't been a dip on Meta. That one's only going arrows up. So I'll be a dip buy on a firm, but there's no dip to be bought on Meta. It is only going one way, and it's the right way if you enjoy longs, I guess.
Just rehydrated there. All right, so there goes Softy. What? Oh, it came out. Okay. I knew I was getting it out, but then I looked back and I was like, what? Why is it not ripping or tanking even further there? So it just did hit that 80, but we got right back in there on that move. I think we just got wicked out there. Normally we don't want to buy it back in immediately, but we just got taken out at the bottom of that wick there. That's why we took out profit. We did talk about that a little bit. Let's go back over to Microsoft and put our stop order in right now. I'm going to give this one to like 247. It's breaking down now, so maybe we'll have to give this to about 50. This could go back down. We're going to give this one to 247.50, but it is starting to turn around a little bit now. Not too much risk here on Softy in case this does go. Remember, we do have Powell coming in now.
10 minutes.
Now it's only 14 minutes right now, so that could be real spicy. So we'll try this trade here, but again, dropping below like some of these levels right here, not worth it, man. We'll get out and we'll regroup on this trade for sure. I'm still going to hold the TQs. We only have 20% of this one. Obviously, we've identified the high spot there. I expect some up and downs and some back and forth. So, pay yourself. I just saw someone in the chat say that. What's up, Adam DeLuz? Right there. I agree, man. You got to pay yourself first in this game. So here comes the market. Looks like the shorts might be cashing right now.
Yeah, but I still think there's going to be dip buys in there. One of them might be Peloton if it's at $15. Peloton's like the strongest stock on my quote board today that isn't a crazy small cap. So it's got a pretty tight range. Ignore the fact that I got out for way too early for $1 this morning. 15 for sure looks like a good little dip if we can get down there. I picked up a firm, but now Meta's starting to come back in. So on the 15, it doesn't look like much. $1 looks like nothing on the 15-minute. But here it comes right back into that 150 level. Ugly wick down there that did not print down to VWAP. But if it bounces off 150, this is where I want to pick up the dip buy. Everything to me at this point, you're still in scalp trade mode. You don't want to overextend yourself. If it's at a key level, make a decision. If it's not at a key level, wait to make a decision. Right? Like, this is whipsaw action. I'm only picking up the dip here because I know 150 is a level that I like on Meta. That's it. That's 150. If it can't hold it, I don't have to be there. I can get out of the long and we can regroup later. But I am going to take some profit if it goes back up a little bit here. So got to get some orders out. If it approaches a high, I will take some out and pay myself like we've been saying. I'm not happy that I didn't pick up any shorts up at that top. Google was the one I liked. I think there's an opportunity for some shorts. I'm just going to double check to see where Snapchat is. 1020. No, it's nowhere near 1020. So if this was at 1020, 1030, I'd be going for the shorts in Snapchat, but it's not the level I like. So no decision to be made.
All right, we did buy the dip here. We have 30s. We just got some out at 45s, 50s here on Microsoft. Let's see if it goes. It's right back up here again. Let's offer. There we go. We offered a little bit more and got some more out there. We're playing this long off O's for Microsoft. We don't have a great price. That's for sure, but okay, come on, let's go. Don't tell me, don't stop. It's not gonna, I don't know, it's not gonna stop at an exact level here, right? So I'm gonna put another offer at 50 and then let it go. Hopefully we'll get that fill at 50. Good, there it is. So it's only 20 cents in the money, but we are making back what we gave up there on Softy. If this could scream higher, I mean, yes, sir. We'll take that. Microsoft right now, it looks messy on the chart for sure. But again, you know, went long, got some out, dumped it out when we took down 248. Now we're back in the long again and dancing with it. So let's go. I'm going to take another piece out at 67. We are waiting at 86. So I did get out of a lot here. 86 is right up here. Let's see if it goes. But we have 50 cents in the money now. TQQ is still 50 cents in the money, and that's kind of hovering. That just might have bottom tick there as well. Let's see. But for me, it's all about this softy trade. We got some decent shares on board. We'll take another piece out here at 6.9er, and then we'll watch it go from here. So for right now, we are in this Microsoft long off of 247. Just like Neil said, you like I've been saying too, you don't have to be in every name all the time. Wait for some key levels to hit. That's why we indicated. I'm not embarrassed. I have Microsoft. It's fine. But we talked about that 150 take there on Meta. We don't have it, right? We were looking for the short early, but then when it takes it, that's a great long. I'm super happy with Microsoft. We're up more now than we were before we started this trade here on Softy, but I'm rinsing and repeating out of this name as we speak. So if we can get into the 80s, we'll take one more, but I just got a bunch of outs right there at 69. So we took 3 or 4 outs there. Right now, we only have, well, we saw a decent amount. We saw 40% actually this trade.
Yeah, 150 just came again on Meta. You guys saw it, but once again, you know, pay yourself out on the way up. I think if we trend above 151, I might think about breaks at the even levels there. I'm right back on the bid. I just want to make sure we're getting that one a second time, a third time, I should say, not a second time. There are other names out there. Lucid might be an opportunity to short. I think they're free on Lucid. You know what? I have to double check. I think they're free. I should offer.
Try because
no, I have to pay for locates on Lucid.
Sure
so Lucid, lower high. So anything, the market took out a fresh high. Something making lower highs is kind of lower hanging fruit, for lack of a better term, for some shorting opportunities. So if we get back up to the top in the futures and reject, Lucid comes into play at 1150. I got to pay for locates. I thought I had this morning, so no point talking about it. I can't get to it. 12 just broke on Carvana. I've had enough of this. I tried getting 1150s. I didn't get 1150s. I tried buying the dip, and when it came back, trying to think about 1160s, I didn't get 1160s. 12 breaks, I'm long 12.
All right, right there, just took a little bit of a drink there. As you guys can see, we're trying to stay hydrated. We're already at 3 p.m., so we can take a little bit of a break now. Gallon of water a day. We're trying to drink.
On your I thought like
no. Remember, Powell needs to come at 2:30.
Yeah, I know, but like.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, no, not 3. Sorry about that, Neil. Not 3 p.m. yet.
I'm old, man.
Yep. Yeah, getting older for sure. There, as we all are every single day. Right now, Microsoft is in the pocket. Right now, we're not in the money $1. We're in the money 75 cents. As we just bought those bottoms, now all the way back up to the upside. This is a big trade for me, man. One more piece out. Let's go. One more piece out here at 95 if we can get that out. Are we getting a little too greedy here? Yeah, let's go 88. There we go. We'll punch that out. Cancel my 95 so I don't get that as well. There it is. Another out at 80. Of course, there comes 95. Now we'll hold. Now I'm in this name. I have this. Papa Powell's going to come out again right now.
Big Papa Pump.
Big Papa Pump. Scott Steiner again. Thank you so much there for the super chat. Although we're never going to be able to match the midday show, I want to thank you for that, Birdsy. Hydration Nation. Let's go, man. Thank you so much for that. Everyone stay hydrated.
It's Birdzini.
Yeah, I missed his name there. Birdzini. I love that name. Yeah,
kind of like Bardzini.
The Birdman. You know the Birdman in the NBA, Neil?
Come on, man.
That's an easy one.
Come on, son. Swatting shots left, right, and center
like
the
guy.
Birdman in the NBA. But Bardzini was he was like the rival house in The Godfather.
Ah,
right. So Bardzini. That's. I'm assuming you're dropping a Godfather reference, and congratulations if you are, because that means you have fantastic taste. Well, you already do if you're watching this show. So sometimes you just say,
no.
And this is not to say just go long Carvana anywhere, but like the stock is going absolutely nuts. So once it managed to hold that nice little tight consolidation on the pullback, much, much stronger than, say, a Firm, which is right back at 1650, right into 12 and a quarter on the 12 break. I now think we could see 1250. Let's go higher time frame while we have some time here. Look at your 15-minute. If you just look at the range of the last couple of days, it's like a couple of dollars. And I'm not saying you can go to 13 or 14. That's probably crazy. However, there's always a but in there.
There always is.
There's a but. We just broke here on the daily. $12 on the daily. There's at least room here. This is $13.75, the last major flush we had back in November. I'm just saying. So you want to have a piece of it. I think Lucas says it the best. It's like pay yourself out, hold for the dream. And that's what I'm looking for here. It would be better if it was 1150. You can't trade a price that's not there anymore. So we're long at the 12. I think I only now want to give this back to 1180 now that I've scalped some out here. If anything, I might buy a dip in front of 1175 if it comes back. And let's see how far this bad boy can go. At 230, everything can change. Everything I just said about 13 and 1375, if Powell tanks the market, you can throw it out the window, and we're going to have our stops hit and look for some shorts.
Some people messaging me right now. Yes, I will get back to you. Jerome, aren't you supposed to be on the notes? That was not Uncle Jerome. I'm not going to throw him out like that. I'll talk to him after the release. Okay, right now, after he's off the podium. You want a real spicy meatball here, guys? How about Rivian? For a spicy meatball trade. Rivian right now looking to get back in. Here's the 3-minute chart. We could zoom back in. Look at this 1920 level. That was kind of the bottom there. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. I'm thinking about this. So since the morning, look what happened. This is just the fact that it ended in the 3 minutes right there at 1920. But it also tried to get back going right there and stopped at 1914 before making that move down $1 from that level. So I'm thinking if Powell comes out and really gets this market going, I mean, we know Rivian could move, so it's already proven that today. It proved it the other day. Rivian's actually a top stock of mine recently because of that Lucid day, so I didn't pay for any shorts. I'm not going to be going short, but I have an order in right now to go long on a 1920 break, and I'll tell you why. Because if we break that 1920, then my out's going to be 19. I think we can easily get 40 cents back into where we opened. Then I think we can take out the day's high if this market wants to go, right? So are we not wrong about this? I'm going to wait for 1920 there. If you're bearish, I'd take the other move here. If you think the market's going to fall down in 3 minutes, well, once Powell comes on, he'll talk and blah, 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 and then we'll go from there. But for right now, I don't mind this take. And if I get in it, I will get stopped out if we take down 19 again back in. So I like this trade right here. I don't think it's a horrible risk to reward. So Rivian, something on my mind right here as we watch out for Jerome Powell to once again come through. Microsoft, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take out one more piece. I said we'd hold for the dream. We still are going to hold. But right now, we only have 25% left. So scratch that. We just got a piece out, 20% left of this Microsoft bottom. So I don't know. We'll see. Look at these lines. They're lining up. Yep. We are out of there if it breaks. So that is softy.
And just a quick answer to a question here in the chat. JJ, I think Powell will be very careful. Oh, no, I thought it was a comment earlier. Someone just said, why would Powell, it was Swamp Rat, why do you think Powell will pump the market? He's been beating it down for 6 months. On actual Fed days, like on the release,
I don't disagree.
Despite the fact that he's been hawkish pretty consistently, you've tended to see like some strength as he hits the podium. And so like I'm just going with that until it stops working. All that said, you know, you have to have an out. You're going to pay yourself on the way up. Like Carvana's starting to come back in there, so maybe it doesn't go to the moon. However, I want to give this last bit back to 1175. That can be a bit of a dip buy. You still want to structure to your trades. Meta just came back into 150, still a NASDAQ stock. If it breaks 150, I'm out because we could go all the way to 149. That's the thing. Like at 230, you could reverse all of this, which is just a tiny break in the grand scheme of things past 150 that went like 75 pennies, and you could be right back $1 to $2. So I'm not holding a 150 all the way back to 148. That's insane. My stop is here at 150. If I get another bounce to the upside, great. If I don't, I'm out and I'll reassess. And that goes for any of the long trades. A firm could break 16.5 and I'm out of it. I know where I like the shorts. It's a matter of can I get it? If Google gets back to 99, I know I like that one short. If Powell tanks us, I might look for Google breaking down somewhere beneath VWAP. I know this is a relatively weak name the last little bit. Since it failed 100, it's got an obvious overhead resistance level that I like to work off of.
Right, minute and a half. No, I don't. Look, I don't think Powell's going to pump the market. It's not about pumping the market. It's about trying to be as honest as he can and answer the questions that are in front of him. So we'll just see what kind of response he gives. It is what it is, right? He's going to come out. They're going to ask him. He's going to have a prepared speech. He's going to go over it. Brendan's already talked about those strike throughs and whatnot. That's already been deciphered through that. So it's more about the Q&A period. So we're going to get that right now when he comes to the podium. Not there yet as I look over my shoulder with only a minute to go. Tesla is an absolute monster for me today again here, and we just played the short side. So we were shorting into this level, set 173.50. Like, look at this. It worked out really well. Then we got another short, got it out at 172, then took it out for flat when it broke higher. But right now, as we get ready, here we go. Market's going to move. Tesla right now trying to get back down. So we'll watch out. If you like Tesla, maybe 173 is where we're at right now on Tesla. 173, 173.50 for a pickup on any longs. I am going to buy more Microsoft if we come back to 247. I've already identified that level. And then, yeah, I'm kind of just sitting on AMD. Obviously, it's been up to 83. I feel like we can get out if it gets back up there, but let's just see what happens in these upcoming seconds. We still are along the market as well in the TQQ. There's not a release coming right now. He's just going to come on to the, see, here it goes. Exactly. So a little bit of a bump up there. Right at 230, the algos have switched on a little bit for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, no reason.
Brendan will come. I mean, he's going to be watching it live, correct, Brendo? Yeah, so he's already got it live. We'll throw over to Brendan when it's appropriate. If he hears anything, we're going over there. So on cue. What up, big guy?
I'm just trying to figure out how live this is, but looks like he's just taking the podium now. So this is a delayed feed, but he is actually speaking, guys, just starting right now.
Yep. Okay, I see it there. He's got
here it comes. Here it comes.
Purple tie on. So go Laurier.
Here it comes.
Okay, so there goes Microsoft all the way back down a little bit here. What a surprise! It went down for no reason. There we go. We got longer. We are getting out at 30 if we can get out a little bit. We'll take 15 cents. There it is. Okay, 15 cents. How about 20 cents? How about 40? Let's see where Microsoft goes from here. Looks like it wants to go down, up, and around. Come on, Powell. Say something juicy. I got a sick long here that I'd really like to print. And there it goes. Thank you, Papa Powell. The printer is now on. Get that money printer going. We'll spin it one more time. Microsoft going back up to the upside. We just talked about reloading that. Now we're long Microsoft at 13s right there. So, hey, hope you guys took that. We just talked about buying the dips.
Yeah, didn't dip far enough for me on Meta, but I got out at 150. I'm not going to sit there holding it another 50 pennies. Didn't make any sense. I'm in front of VWAP here. If we get it, we get it. However, Carvana did come back into play. I think this might be a bit of a different beast. It's a short squeeze play. So when it dipped down and did not hit 75s, I just took the chance to get back in here at 20s, at least what I got out. It's not a bigger position by any stretch of the imagination. It's just what I had already scalped out. And then I will rinse and repeat this. Let's see how far it does want to go to the upside. I still, on a pop, want to short in Google if I can. But this is now, now we got Meta. Now it's coming to the downside. So you want to be patient. Enter twice. Now you're coming into VWAP here. Didn't want to get too far away from, this is where support was when the number came out at 2 o'clock. 148.50. So any long I have that's too far away from that is risking too much on Meta. Brennan?
Market selling on this, guys. We know this already, but we have more work to do from Powell, and we continue to expect ongoing increases necessary to achieve sufficiently restrictive stance. All known before, but the market seems to be selling on that.
Yeah, none of that is a surprise. But you knew he's going to be hawkish. You know he's going to be hawkish. And so now can we get an actual bounce? Because after 230, this is generally where you establish a trend. So we break the trend if we take out support. So this is Meta. Trend is broken if it takes out that support. I just finally got AMD. So that, if AMD is filling me, then that means we're really coming into the downside here. Carvana's still holding 1175. So until trend breaks, I don't want to give it up. Now we're bouncing a bit on Meta. So now I can go back to AMD. Support down there is going to be at the 81 level. So I think we have a little bit of room. And if there's going to be a short, well, Alphabet just gave it up through VWAP. So if I short something, I'm going to short this one on any pop that gets me anywhere close to VWAP. I just want to be short relatively weak names, give a chance for the longs that were strong but are giving it up, unfortunately. So you make on the way up. These longs are going to lose on the way downside, guys.
All right, we just got in and out of Tesla there. We'll go back in right now. I don't know if this is going to be Rivian. First of all, we can cancel that trade. That's not working out right now, but we are into Tesla. Let's see if it wants to go back up to the upside. We talked about, a possible bounce happening right there. Neil just mentioned it, but there it is. Now it's pushing lower. So we're getting lower. We'll dump out of our Microsoft there. We tried it again right there, back into the low of the day as TQQ is going down. Tesla also starting to to go downside right now. So let's see if we can expand this out. I mean, I don't want to worry about this till 172 right there. So, you know, this is again coming into some levels here for Tesla. Actually, that's one. So what are we talking about? That's 171.50. Buy some more at 172 here for Tesla. What's up, Brendo?
All right, more hawkish talk, guys. Powell is saying we will need to remain restrictive for quote unquote some time. They're also looking at the job market, or talking about the job market right now remaining very tight. So very hawkish still, guys, from Powell.
Yeah. I hate having one short. I wanted more than one short. I paid for Lucid. I didn't trade Lucid. It's going to kick me in the junk. I did just pick up Alphabet to the short side. Meta's doing its best to try to hold the line here, but I had to trim some because it's like it's just take too much too early, and then you have to trim, and now it's trying to hold the line down there. AMD is holding the line. I have one short on. I'm going to go over to it right now because it's near that bottom. But once you took out support on Alphabet, I'm like, let's join the party and forget about those shot into VWAP. Obviously, if we shoot back up, it's better for me because I only have one short. But this has to give you some kind of a bounce soon. Otherwise, you're accepting the fact that the trend is going to be broken here. This is what's going on with the NASDAQ. So you know what? Breathe 1 into the 2-2. That's fabulous. We broke the top, failed it. We broke the bottom, and we're actually still above the bottom. So the longs really aren't actually dead yet. That's
no, the longs
Not
are
at all.
freaking.
Like Meta's already back up. So I mean, the longs aren't dead.
The longs are alive right now, a lot alive. Look at Tesla, Rip City right now. Not a great job, obviously, done there on Microsoft because we got out and did not get back in. But right now, Tesla's starting to go. We're 80 cents in the money now. We just took out, where are we long here? 72.12. We just took some out there at 73.20. So we got $1, and now we go. Let's go. I mean, I'm going to put an offer like near 174.50, something like that here for Tesla. We are nicely in the money on this one. Yeah, 174.50. Let's just do that. We'll put an offer there. If we're lucky enough to get another $1 here on Stressla, we'll take that right up to the 50 period again.
Stressla.
Nice move trying to go. Yeah, for sure. A little bit stressed out here on that. Nice move up. We tried to buy some AMDs down there at 23. We missed it, but that's a level that we'll have to wait for. Just because the market's not ripping, but just because the market's making this move back right now doesn't mean anything. All we really did was retest the bottom with some wicks there. That's why we got stopped out on Microsoft, because came right back into the bottom, and then this dump there, stopping at 12.50. Yeah, nice move there at market. You got me on that one. But here we go. Tesla back upside right now. We're $1.50 in the money on Tesla. We're back in the money, 20 cents on the TQQs. And again, we did not buy the bottom on that one. AMD also ripping. Let's see if we can get some more money here somewhere. Right now, the market trying to battle back.
Yeah, AMD's now back to 82. So I got some, but I didn't get any more at 81 even. As it breaks 82, we're going to have to make sure, just like before, I'm not sure we've actually established a trend here. So pay yourself out, because we're kind of coming back down since you hit the podium. You've held a low. I want us breaking out the tops before I'm completely convinced it's going to be a jailbreak. Meta looking good. CVNA actually held up pretty nicely. That's still on the NASDAQ. I always get that one wrong the first time. No, it is on the New York. Carvana, I typed CVNA, and it's NYMEX that I hit, not NASDAQ. So that actually looks fine. It holds the bottom on support. I should take something out as it crosses 12, just like we did last time. And then if it gets through the top, we're going to hold through the high of the day. So pretty strong. I put one short on. That'll be an L. But all the longs are absolutely fantastic. We did not break any significant support levels to the downside. So we're back to the upside. Meta's back to $1.50. Carvana's back to being meme central. And AMD's back to the top, just like everything was before.
Spin it. We're $3 in the money on Tesla right now. So there it goes. Let's go, Tesla. Wow, did we ever buy that one? That was a good trade here into that number. Tesla buying 172, buying 172.50s. Let's go. Back up to the upside goes Tesla. What's up, Brendo?
Talking about the labor market here, you saw on the screen there, in order to reduce inflation below trend growth and some labor market softening are likely. The Q&A, guys, has begun.
Look at Rivian.
The Q&A has begun.
We let Rivian drop down, and then we say, thank you, come again. Spin it again, man. This is a good show. A great opportunity to buy a hell of a lot of stock there on that dip. Wow. Microsoft, I I love you to death, honestly. But wow, what a move back up for Microsoft. Look how bad that out was. Literally the bottom. See ya. This market is off. TQQ's back up. We hit this again. Let's do it again. There it is, another one right now. AMD back to $3 in the money. Oh, and remember that small little EV maker that we were talking about, Rivian? I'm long at 1906 right there on a breakback upside. We wanted to look at that. There it is right there. Destruction served on a plate today. Thank you, Mr. Powell, as we're rocking Tesla. I don't even know where to get out of this one. Right back upside. Hey, let's try 176. Let's just try the top high of the day here. 176.35 here on stress law. Hey, maybe we don't even do that. Let's hold it out. We are El Fuego today.
Hold for the trend.
We're burning this market up.
This is the trend to the upside that we're looking for. I say you hold it. We're through the tops on Meta, so I'm holding and I'm not getting it out at the high of the day. There's a different story when it comes to Carvana because it's a squeeze stock, so I want to make sure I'm piecing it on the way up because I'm always afraid that one of these might just do something stupid to the downside. Wall at 1250. We bought back at support. It's now like 70 pennies in the money. Meta's doing absolutely fine. AMD's ripping. However, there's one name out there that I totally forgot about. Peloton, the strongest name out there, cannot break the high. Oh, if it doesn't break the high, then it's not going to fly. It might break the high in 2 seconds. But if it doesn't break the high in a couple of minutes and we're still here, I might put a short on in this stock. Anything that isn't breaking the top now is a pile of trash, even if it's up 22%.
Oh. Man, we got it.
Money.
It's a contractual thing, Professor. I mean, this is, you know, sure, I put it in my own contract. Look at this move to the upside right now. $5? $5 in the money right now on Tesla. Yes, do we wish we would have held it? Yes, we do. But there it is right there.
Ooh.
Microsoft is $250 right now. Rivian is Rip City right now. Like, I don't know. I'm not even sure what to do anymore.
What the hell? Sorry.
The TQQs is Rip City right now.
It's over.
Man, are you not entertained? I don't know. I would Irish Mac the hot dogs. Where is the hot dog animation?
We don't have enough animations
Find the
for
hot dog animation. We need that. Here we go, man. Microsoft, thanks to Adam. You guys want that hot dog? We will try to get it, man. But we are on fire. I want to thank everybody. This is amazing. Thank you so much for watching. And guys, guess what? I did it last Fed Day as well. Join us next time.
Yeah, this is not going anywhere at this point. Like, look, it's a melt up, and I know someone's like, if he's hawkish, why would we think we're going to get a ramp? Because we got one last time. Like, it's just how it goes at this particular point. You don't have to make sense of it necessarily. You just follow the momentum. At 12:30, at 2:30, the trend gets made, and if you don't break the bottom, then you never reverse the trend, and that means the longs were still valid. You heard it get yelled out. The longs are still good. This is nuts on Carvana. I'm trailing this at 12.80. I want to make sure I lock in $1. This has gone a little too parabolic for my liking. At the end of the day, it's still Carvana, for crying out loud. Brendo.
Seems to be just a lack of any comment towards any kind of further big hikes to come that's causing this, guys. Here is the 2-year right now. Huge move off the highs of day. 10-year, huge move off the highs of day. DXY, as we talked about this morning, just hit the low of day. So equity day highs, all of these tanking right now.
So just quickly there, I got to do this because Carvana just went to the halt band at 13.10 and it rejected the halt. So it got there. It was very close to halting to the upside. I just said when it was about to do it, I'm like, I'll throw a stop. If it halts, I'm holding. If it doesn't, I'm getting out. We'll take just over $1 on that trade. I love the fact that it was a break, but you know what? I didn't get the clean break at 11.55. However, it gave you dip buying opportunities. It doesn't matter if you're late to the party as long as you're well dressed, i.e. with the trend. Monster offer now sitting at 13.12 for 150,000, but I'm out of this one and holding the others.
Yeah, Tesla never halts because they ain't going to halt. Tesla, it has to go 10%, guys. It has to just rip up. This is not, although this is a monster move, obviously, to the upside, it's not going to halt. It's probably halted before. Obviously,
didn't it that one time?
Yeah, like someone just saying that Tesla never halts, but they do top. Where's the top for Tesla? So I've already sort of thought that this was kind of the top into the day, but thank you for asking. We're still $5 in the money. And by the way, spin it, we are now out. So unfortunately, AMD took down 83 there. I thought we'd use that as the top. It looks like it was a mistake, but we got out of AMD thinking that maybe we're a little bit top heavy there, but top heavy, yeah, right. 11% up.
It's a 200 period, though.
Today, yeah, I mean, But you know what? I mean, look how this thing moves, right? I mean, it's up huge. Like, we just touched 50, then we printed 20s. So I think you just got to be careful with all that, right? This is the trade that I'm really over the moon with. This Rivian trade, honestly, like, I can't, you know, we don't talk about share size or anything like that, but like, this is unfreaking believable right now on Rivian, what exactly has been happening now. This is a huge move to the upside. Thank you so much. And you know what? We could have made our month in one day if I just for some reason forgot to put this stop order in there. I don't even know what was up with this stop order, to be honest with you, but we did get stopped out. Look what Microsoft has done since that stop order. Whatever, just went up $5. So we missed that opportunity, but we're $7 in the money on Tesla. So, you know, to complain about it, sorry, $6 in the money on Tesla, $1.50 in the money on the TQQs. Trade of the day be damned right now. We have a lot of trades that happen right here. Look at this straight fire move right here on the TQs. Man, today is a good day. But like I said, I tend to say that all the time, but I told you earlier, I love this job. I love being here. I love doing this for all of you. Thank you so much for joining. This has been another bang up Fed day. And if you found us in time, I hope you made a little bit of money.
And there's nothing wrong with paying yourself out. However, when you got it, you try to hold on. Look, we said this morning, if AMD was going to make that breakout, the 200 period was that line in the sand. It just hit it. I'm now trailing it at the 200 period moving average on the daily. If it breaks back beneath, then I'm out. If it gets to 80, if it breaks 84, I move my trail up, and we'll just see how far it can go. I feel the same way about Meta, $3. Tesla 180 could be a thing in a couple of dollars. I'm not forgetting about that. And I was just about to, I didn't mean to say Peloton was trash or anything like that. All I was simply saying is that if the market is this strong and you don't break the high, that's not a good sign. It did break the high, so I'm not short this name because it hasn't broken through the top. But trailing stops are now the way to go for me. I'm not looking at dip buys anymore. Like, you're too far up, I think, to chase this move. If anything, I'm looking for a pullback. That could be Tesla at 180. I know it's crazy to say that, but I mean, you just saw it go $5. So it's not crazy to think about, am I ready to go short if it goes another 2? Yes, I am. You got to be prepared for bigger moves on Fed Day. That's what it is all about. Have a plan of action there and just be ready to play it. CVNA, yeah, you know what? Maybe there's a little something to it on buying the dip because that did go into that halt, but I'm done with that. Like, that was like a clean breakout trade. I think it's a market move here, so I want things that are moving with the market. This was just a pure momentum breakout on a squeeze name, and you got to take those when the market's with you. Now that it pulled back and did that fake halt thing, I want to just take the money and run when it comes to Carvana specifically.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of fun here, man, but, you know, everything does come to an end at some point, does it? I think I'm just going to hold on to Tesla, to be honest with you. 178, we just took that out. Look, the reason why I'm pretty reluctant right now to get out of it is because I really think we could test 180 again. Like, if we rip above 180 and then we can come back in, then I really think that we could be onto something there and maybe get out on a break back down. You saw me get out of AMD, which is obviously a mistake. We got out $1 ago as that's still ripping up. But wow, man, our net is exploding here today. And this is just, again, Tesla's helping it go right now. Rivian is like, take the wheel, literally, on that one, and we have done that. We gave that trade to you guys as well. We gave Softy all of this, man. What a fantastic day to trade. We gave 150 on Meta as well. This has just been, honestly, I don't know what else to say other than pass it over to Brendan, and thanks for watching, guys.
One of the key comments here, guys. So Powell's saying the disinflationary process has started, especially in goods, but hasn't seen any kind of disinflationary process begin in the housing market specifically and in employment specifically. So minus those two sectors, and he's essentially saying we've started to head in the right direction, but they're still waiting on housing and employment. So that's very positive.
Yeah, it's looking very positive. However, I said if something gets to a key price level, we go for it. This is Google, Alphabet 100, I should say. This is 135, so it did break there last week. I mean, very, very briefly. And I'm now short at 99, 90 something, and then probably 91s. I'll take one leg above. If it doesn't break 130, then I want to add to that short. I want it testing above 100, and if it doesn't break that top, I add. Once it pulls back, that's when I want to add, and then my stop is through the high of the day. No giving it 10 extra cents, nothing like that. You know, I had a hard stop when we broke out of resistance down here and lost, and everything jammed to the upside. So it's going to be a hard stop on Alphabet at 100, and it's about 35 cents up there. So it just rejected. Now I add, if I can even get it, and then we see how far this might be able to pull back. This is a counter trend trade, so hard stops through the top, and then we'll hold on to these longs. I have trailing stops on both the longs. Tesla might get that 180. I'm telling you, I think we might see that level. It's a big one. It will take a lot to get there, but I think we have a chance. I'm looking at that chart. There is zero, like it's not slowing down. The volume is fantastic on some of these moves. Just be careful shorting. Have an out if you're going to be shorting this. Obviously, that goes without saying.
Yeah, I mean, we're 7. Now we are.
Money.
And again, thanks for all the comments in the chat. We're now $7 in the money on Tesla. We're $2 in the money on the market alone. And we're 55 cents in the money on Rivian. But look at this. Here's the market right now. This is the TQQ. Just respect this level right there, 23.85. If it breaks it, we're gone right there. That's that past high. We thought we had a chance to get there. We did that exactly today. So now if it fades back out, we'll hold this for the rest of the day. But if it does hit that level, we will get out. So that's the one thing right there. Also, Tesla, you guys asking me where to get out. Like, honestly, I mean, I made a bad call on AMD, right? We got out $1 ago. So I don't want to sit here and say, like, I have the keys to this. But, you know, AMD is the number one
Keys
stock.
to the VIP.
Well, Tesla's the number one stock on the table today, then AMD here. But for right now, we got out. We'd be up way more than that. But we're going to just continue to watch it. Tesla's still up 6.5. Maybe a take of 178 there on the way back in. We'll get out. But then, you know, I'm going to get out just like I did there on AMD. And then we're going to be upset. So let's wait. Here comes 180. We waited for 180 this whole time. Thought it was well worth taking that shot. And holy crap, are we back into this game or what right now? Confidence level for me is like at an all-time high right now. If you guys have been watching the sort of the damage that we've been putting on this market over the last couple of weeks, we had the best January, and yeah, it's February 1st. Checks date. Doesn't matter right now because we're still on fire here, and I hope that you guys, it's the market. The market's moving, and when the market moves, we can make trades. There'll be days when our levels don't hold, man. Like, look at Microsoft. I'm like, you think I'm happy now? Like, imagine I didn't do this right there. We were like triple loaded here. Like, we were loaded up on this Microsoft, but it did take out that low and just kept on going. So I had to get it out. If that doesn't happen, then wow, like I said, it's a month maker in 5 minutes. But we don't have it, so we move on. And by the way, there's Tesla right now giving us that 180. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it looks so. I think I moved my trailing stop in AMD. I'm kind of with you. Like I'll probably get trailed out of this and be pissed off that I did. But the other thing to consider, which we should have mentioned already, and apologize if you already said this, Sean, but if we get a ramp when Powell hits the podium, when he leaves the podium, you can get a pullback sometimes.
Yes.
So I don't know exactly when he's going to be done. When he is, I am expecting a bit of a dip. So I am going to trail out of both of these longs. I am in a short, as I said, be careful shorting. But there's longs that it's like, why did I give this up? You know, Affirm. We flipped from short to long. I got out of Affirm too early. Now it's breaking high. Someone said in the chat, even Upstart is going higher. In here, Imagineering Mind, here comes Mullen. Nice try. I bet you Mullen hasn't broken 36 cents because it never breaks. I've been long Mullen, multiple 35 and 36 breaks, and neither one of them does anything. So I feel like I'm being tricked into going over to that name. No, maybe it is going. I have no idea. I got out of Carvana because it was failing a halt. Now it's right back up at the high of the day. You got to pick and choose. Right? You can't hold everything. You got to pay yourself out.
What level was Mullen?
Is it through 36?
It's actually at 36.
It's right there right now.
Flat, yeah.
Why is it? It's always happened. I'm telling you, every single time someone brings up Mullen, it's at a double top, and I'm like, ooh, that looks good. I'm going to go long through the double top. I go long, it goes half a cent, and then it rejects. I know because I think I was long these breaks in here. I was probably long one of these breaks, and it went nowhere. So, you know, 36 looks good, but I feel like it's a trap. It's a trap. I'm not going to do Mullen today. And you know what? That just probably means it's going to go. That's the real. No, but seriously, like it's probably going to go to 50 cents today because I'm not punching long 36. But it lost like three times in a row. Just saying.
I wouldn't. Don't
it hasn't worked all week. That's all I'm getting at. It hasn't worked all week. This is not a day to take these profits and roll them into, for me, something that hasn't been working. which is
and that's, we always say it all the time. But first of all, like, stay in your lane. I mean, that's that doesn't mean as a negative thing. It's like if you're really feeling one stock, stay there. And if you got the levels, stay there. And you know, if Mullen, if you've sort of had a bad taste in your mouth from it, or just haven't traded
which
it well,
I do, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to be there. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Right there, the market 24.25. Right here, I think we can put an offer there all the way back to December. I'm going to do that right now on these TQQs. We're pretty close to doing this, so let's just get it out right there if we can. I mean, I'm fine with this, but we are getting to a point now where I'm just wondering what we just bounced off a little bit here. I think it's just prudent to take this out. Hey guys, we're in the money like 9% or something here on this trade, so let's just like get it out if we can. We're long at 22.40 right now. So if you're watching now, this is the TQQ trade that we put on. We did not reload it, but we're still holding this long, and then we just did the work. I'm thinking that we get out of this right here, right back to some of these December levels that we've seen in the market, 24.14, 24.15. We're right here right now. So I do have an offer on this at 24.15. The high of the day is 24.20. Let's get it out. It matches with our Tesla. That's $7 in the money, but that's bouncing off 180 as well. So right now, TQQs, maybe just get it out right now. We don't have to worry about it. A break back down below 24. Let's put a stop order in case we don't get that 15. But I really like this trade right here on the TQs.
Yes, sir. I just moved my stop on Meta to 152. It just keeps on grinding higher. It's now, I don't know, like 3.5 in the money. But Tesla, oh Tesla, I just missed it. I did miss it. I said 180 short. I was sitting at like, it got to 179.77, and I was just a little bit tighter to the 180 level. I don't want to compromise here. I don't want to chase it down. It's tempting. If it flushes, Google's probably good, but I should have had this one. I just missed it by a couple of cents. Congratulations if you got the Tesla 180. That was the only level worth shorting, in my opinion. Was that Brendan?
A couple things, guys, real quick. So he's being asked a lot about whether or not they considered a pause, and he essentially said the conversation never happened. So that's A. B, a lot of the conversation is pointing towards March. So remember, we get the economic forecast every other meeting from the Fed. So this was not one of those that included an economic forecast. And because of that, he's pointing a lot to March. He's saying, wait to March, wait to March, wait to March. So could be a fact where we have to indeed wait for March, guys.
Wait a minute. Are we going to have to wait for March?
Apparently.
Okay, we have to wait for March. All right, I got to check that off right now. All right, we are now out of our TQs. It just broke back through, but hey, we'll bank some cash on that one. And we just talked about the high versus the low right there. So there it goes, the TQQs. Huge move to the upside right now. Stressla trying to go up to 180. It does exactly that, and then stops pretty much on a dime. Went to 179.75. So we're going to test 180 one more time and see if that can come out. But I feel... See, like now I already feel like FOMO, and I could just get right back in here, but we are now out of that TQQ trade. The damage is done, man. A dish well served for sure. Rivian as well. We have 10% left. We actually have 5% left of Rivian right now, as most of our outs were right here around 50. So, you know, when that started to rip up there, we just used some of these past places here on Rivian to get out, right? We talked about the high of the day, it getting back up there. I mean, hopefully you guys were able to trade that. We're going to get ready to go do our trade of the day. But for right now, man, Tesla coming back in. I'm thinking a 78 fill maybe to get out, but I know we've given up some if it comes back. So it will suck to do that, but hey, you know, we waited for that 180. I just think a 178 backfill maybe, but then I don't know, on a 1 minute chart, like I would normally give it back to here. I just don't know. Like then I'm giving up way too much. So I like what Neil was talking about. Powell's still on the podium there. I'd hate for this to tick down and then right back up. So I don't know right now. I'm a little bit nervous about this trade. I don't really like to be in this position where I'm not sure what to do. So that's why we got out of AMD when it ripped up. That's why we just got out of the market there, which looks like a good call. And then Tesla's giving me FOMO, as I just said, man. Don't know where to get out of this, but it's a nice move up. Maybe we just take 178.50. It bounces, and then we forget about it because the move is coming back in a little bit, bouncing off a key level of 180.
Yeah, you have to get out somewhere. I'm out of Meta. I had to take it out. It got to that resistance level up at the top on the 15 minutes, so I trailed it. It's out. We'll take the profit and run. It's going to be the exact same thing for AMD. We waited all day for this one to get to the 50 period on the daily. It finally does, and you've just got to say congratulations and ring the register. Maybe it goes higher. I don't know if it goes higher. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I have that I can tell you exactly where it's going to go, but it hit the key level. I said I was going to trail it at that point. The trailing stop hits. We get out of it. I do have a single short on here, and it is going to be Alphabet, but it's only, what is it, like 20 cents in the money. I mean, 20 cents when I'm trying to risk about 30 to 35. When it gets to 1-to-1, I'll be a little bit excited about it. Tesla 180 was a big one. Thank you very much, Mr. Funderburg, for the super chat. $19.99 for some ice cream.
I like that.
Did Gia get her ice cream that day?
Of course she did.
Of course she did, because that's what a dad does. But thank you for the. Hopefully we can have some ice cream. At some point we should do ice cream on the show, man. I literally have not eaten ice cream in the last like 6 months, and I have no idea why that is, because we always have too much of it in our house, and for some reason I'm just eating leftover Halloween candy every single day. Not that I'm bitter about it, because my daughter's not finishing it. That's another story altogether.
All right, so we're going to get ready to go over and do the trade of the day. So if Brendan's over there at the desk, I'm going to throw it over there. Are we ready for that, Brad, if I come over? Sure. Brad, very enthusiastic over there.
He's not excited at all.
Okay, so yeah, let's go over to Brendan. I'm going to run over to the big board, and we'll talk about the TQs.
All right, still listening, guys, to Fed Chair Powell. He's talking currently just about a path to where they need to be, and talking a little bit about, is 2% even possible at this point, because that remains their target. And he's saying a few things in regards to how they can possibly get there. So I'll keep an eye on this as Fed Chair Powell continues to make some or answers some questions as we continue along this afternoon, but they're not really saying anything significant at this point as the market hangs out at day highs as we head towards 3 o'clock. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you took advantage of some opportunities there. So the last one here, we do not yet see a deterioration in the labor market. So they want to see a slowdown in the pace at which companies are hiring before they can say the labor market is cooling sufficiently. As Sean was mentioning, we're going to take a little bit of a look at a couple of things we were talking about this morning. If you joined us the first hour of the day, and a little bit of a review. Here comes Sean with a look at one of his trades, actually from right now.
Yes, exactly. Am I muted right now? Hold on a second here. Trade of the day is not working out great to start with. There it is. Now I'm unmuted there, Brad. That was my bad. Trade of the day brought to you by Day Trade the World, and today brought to you by Jerome Powell, to be honest with you. So here we go back down to the downside. So let's talk about the TQQ. I hear something in my ear, so I'm going to get rid of that. All right, so 2250 right here. Let's talk about what we wanted to do. Here is the TQQ daily chart. I put this line up because we wanted to talk about our exit, which it's now back upside as this market blows up. We just took $8 on Tesla, by the way. I just saw that come out as we came up here. But we just draw this line. This goes all the way back. Again, remember it's the TQQ, so it's triple. So now you're up 5%. So the actual NASDAQ is only up like 1.5. Remember, it's 3-to-1 right now. So this line right there, imagine that we got all the way back to the NASDAQ, back to November levels right there. So, okay, we're going to use that as our top. So we talked about this before the market even came through at 2 p.m., right? What we wanted to do was we put a bid lower on the triple Qs. I prefer to trade these. This is the futures, so if you're trading the market, you could have done this with me. I went back to the low of the day right back into here, and I said, let's put a bid around this 2250. So we did that. All of a sudden, boom, interest rate comes as expected, only a quarter point, right? Rate hike, that was as expected. So I was like, okay, if the market's gonna go back and test lows, then yeah, we're there for the long, for sure. So we come in, take it out. You're gonna notice we only have 4 outs here. 4 outs until the 5th out. Each out is 20%. Because remember, as we're trading the market, I'm kind of keeping this on the back burner. We're still trading Tesla, Microsoft, AMD. We had a banger on Rivian as well. But let's make this short and sweet. Comes back up, pops up. So instantly we're taking 20 cents, rips up 30 cents right there against that 70. I guess that's 20 cents. Out again, rips up. We take it out at that top that we saw before this number came out. So that's 30 or 40 cents. Then this is what happens. All of a sudden, Powell comes on. This is 230, a huge move down. We're uncertain of what's going to happen here, but our stop does not get triggered because we were actually a little bit down here. That's why we started taking 20 cents. Our stop is actually a little bit lower there at this 22.30 mark. We don't get stopped out. Thankfully for that, we should have bought them back. But again, we were doing other stuff. Then we let the market just explode to the upside. Then I'm like, oh my God, where do I get out? I hate this because I don't know where to get out as it's ripping around. It looks like we made a mistake, but we get out there once it takes 24. Why 24? It just came back, boom, 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 right back in to those highs again. It's your trade of the day. It's based on Fed. Come back every single day. And more importantly, when there's economic releases, we'll be looking to trade it. I love when there's releases, when there's market volume. We hit the cues. Now it's upside and the market is blowing up. Congratulations to everyone long. It's your trade of the day.
And a great opportunity once again as we take you through the afternoon of the Fed here. Fed Chair Powell is still answering questions from the media right now as the market tries, guys, to get back to session highs right now. He was basically just asked, what do you need to see to believe that inflation is coming down at a rate, at a pace that is enough to even pause on interest rate hikes? And his answer was something to the effect of, it's not going to be a light switch moment, like it's not a very white or black kind of thing or gray area kind of thing. It's just more, it's going to be a cumulative amount of data that they need to see before they can do that. So I'll keep listening here, guys. Back over to you.
Short intel. Tesla's back up at 180. I'm going to get to this one quickly. What am I doing? When it gets to 180, here's the level. I actually looked at this, and thank you for pointing it out, whoever did in the chat. I saw you mention that 180, nice round number the first time, but if you look at last week, it has broken a couple of times and got just barely above. So 181 could be big. However, there's a gigantic offer at that 180 level. It's not that big. It's about 300,000 shares on Tesla at 180. It's on 164 million. I thought maybe you had an extra zero. 300,000 shares in 165 million. You guys can do some raw math. That doesn't really mean a heck of a lot. If it does the up down, break and fade, then I want to look to short it. But the short was the first time. The second time it comes through, I feel like it's going there. It's breaking it. It gave you the 180 short already, and I feel like I missed that. Doing it a second time, I want to see it break the level and fail the level if I'm even thinking about the shorts. Everything that I got out of that was long is at this point looking like it was a mistake. But look, you had to take profit somewhere. You could have held on to it. I just felt like Powell was going to be done at some point, and then the market would do a bit of a reversal because it usually does. He's still talking. I don't want to stand in front of the Tesla freight train. I want it through this level and then looking for a pullback. Yeah, he's still going there.
All right, so serenity now. All right, we're long Tesla again.
Bye-bye.
I just took the break through that.
See, it did that thing again.
Whatever, man. I'm honestly... All right, you know what? There we go. All right. Just calm down. All right, so there goes Tesla. Like I said, we got out at 178.50. We're pretty happy with it. But you see what I did there? I punched back in, and we instantly make that 45 cents on half. And now we'll wait to see the rest of this start to go to the moon again here. So we just punched long on Tesla. So there it is. We just make like, holy money. Let's go, Sharif. Right now. Big time movement back up to the upside here. Instantly shoots up another $1. So that's what we do, man. You don't hang your head in despair like I was doing. You know, I was waiting for 180. I had that order out there. You guys know that. And there it is right there. So, hey, look, we'll make $8 on Tesla. We'll say thank you very much. And then we'll say, how about another $1.50, right? So now we're in the money. That $1.50 that we gave up right there, we'll make it back with more shares now. So there it is, right back into the money right here on Tesla. Like, honestly, if you weren't able to make money going long there today, then you're probably just trading the wrong instruments. There's many opportunities here. I do understand that there's a lot of us short, and there's in no way that I think that this market move is actually justified. I don't think
it wasn't last time, and it doesn't matter.
It never is justified.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't exactly. It doesn't matter right now because the market is absolutely blowing up right here. We absolutely destroyed this market, and man, it's going to be a good night at the Katina household. This is a very, very exciting. Thank you so much. I don't know if we got that super chat or not. We did. Ice cream. Thank you so much, Funderbrook. But there it is right now. 186. Yeah, Stressla. Nah, no stress for me today. This is mortgage payment stress today, as it is just ripping up to the upside here. We can't quite buy a Tesla, but if they drop the prices a little bit more, maybe. There it is. Look at this. Now we're $2. $2. Like, some people wait for $2. Like, $2 is a big move. We just got that in 3 minutes on Tesla. So we are getting parabolic on this. I'm going to hold it now. Nothing left to do except for sit back and count some of those dollars.
It's at that high in the week, and I didn't catch who it was in the chat, but that just saved me like $1.50 on Tesla, because instead of the 180, I had to fail 180, look at the high in the week. That's the more key level. It did break it, so I just took like a 20-cent hit there, but it hasn't gotten clear through 182. So if there's level to be had, I don't want to buy any tops while he's on the podium. I'm just still anticipating a bit of a pullback move, and I don't want to throw away what we have already. So this is a level at 182. It fails, it fails. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't want to fight it. Intel's a different story, because I think it's going to have some trouble around the 29 level. But the next shoe to drop is AMD 85. So as we get to AMD 85, well, I like it when a stock gets past. That's the NASDAQ. You know it's going crazy. When we get past key levels, you want to start thinking about the next one to the upside. Well, we're through the 50 period and the 200 period as well. The next level on AMD, I crap you not, is $87 on the daily chart, which means 85 has some room to go. I'm going to scalp it on an 85 break. I know I got out as well early, but that was always going to happen. There's never a Fed day, as good as they might be, where you're not ever out too early. It's just the reality when you take profits. If this level breaks, I'm going to scalp some out. If Tesla can get back beneath, I do still like it. Yeah, no, never mind. That's still through. It's not back through 182. I'm not going to go for it. AMD 85 is next.
Yeah, it's 3:09. I mean, Power Hour started an hour and 10 minutes ago. Ever since then, man, we are like Mario. We are powered up right now. We are finding stars everywhere. We're eating mushrooms. We're getting bigger. We're just going nuts right here for this day. And so I want to thank everybody for joining us here one more time. And again, we're just trying to hype this up a little bit.
It didn't break.
Like I said, if we weren't on the show, we'd just be sitting here chilling. But yeah, 180, huge move up. Just now another $3. So, I mean, it's funny that we took that thing out, because today it's actually for real, the kind of money that we'd be putting out here in this market. And, you know, this is another $2 take on Tesla. So if you have been watching this, it's all true, it's real, and they love them. It's a nice move to the upside right here. Maybe we'll get out at 183, take the $3, and then maybe take that break again to the upside. But I am here with Neil thinking that, hey, yeah, they're not shrooms, man, mushrooms. You've seen a Super Mario? It's like we're running and we're seeing those boxes, and we're just like, ding, and every time we hit it, you know, it's dropping down, and then we're just getting extra lives. We're getting extra energy. The market's going back up to the upside right now. So, you know, nice move. I feel like we might be stopping out a little bit here. You know,
quickly.
Yeah, go.
That was a false break on AMD. It printed only the people that had 8501s. So it got to 8501. Whenever that happens, I'm like, it didn't take the level. I still saw the size there. I'm punching out. So that's a false break. It never happened. I want to make sure that's clear, because, you know, a lot of times you look for it to clear through a level. That's it printing algos and basically stop triggers, and then you just get right out of it. As it's pulling back, it means Intel's going to come back here. I'm not chasing anymore. I'm just keep checking back to see whether he's still talking or not. If it does, if we continue the trend up and it takes the high again, I'll go for the breakout again. But it actually has to go more than 1 cent for me to hold on to it.
All right, let's start looking for some shorts. We are now officially out right there of Tesla as it takes down 182. So we'll put $2 in our pocket. We got a clean 182 fill. So that was absolutely fantastic. Out right there, clean. Actually, we got 90. Did we get 90? We got 89 there or something good? Yeah. So good out for us. Felt clean out there on Tesla. So that's good. We can now start to sort of cancel everything like Neil was saying there, and try to regroup and look for something that is popping or not. Why did I just get a notification that John Mayer, how do you pronounce his name? Is going on tour. Okay, that's fine. Is that
like
that was for Sharif?
Like John Mayer?
John Mayer? I guess the guitar guy. I don't know. It's because I have one of those StubHub.
Kind of random. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're just advertising some tickets there. I don't know if they'll say Taylor.
He had
Swift
that great
next.
sketch with Chappelle.
Right there, Chappelle. That was a great.
I love that
barber
one. It's
shop.
like white people dancing.
Yeah, that was the best. The best one. He
He
goes into the barber shop and starts playing the music. Okay, so yeah, we love that. Right now, guys, honestly, I mean, Rivian is just like $1 on Rivian went up to the upside. So this is probably something that we can cash cash out of pretty soon. Yeah, you are right, JJ, in the chat. Wow, what a day. Shout out to my friend Dan. Thank you so much, Dan, as well, for all the tweets and everything. Yesterday, you had some good tweet at me as well. VIX 1815. I know it's amazing how low that VIX is right now. Probably need to buy some of that for sure, man. If you want some protection on your portfolio.
UVXY just broke the low just now.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously those are breaking lows as this market is just ripping right now to the upside. Like I said, like I feel bad about this TQQ trade. Like, what? We takes 8% on one trade and I feel bad? I mean, but it took out this level, man. We are way extended now. Not way extended, but you're extended up. I mean, I could have used 25 as the tick, but like Neil said, honestly, you're always going to look back and say, why didn't I do this? Or why did I do that? Or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you got to have outs somewhere. And honestly, it's like, yeah, it does suck sometimes when your outs are horrible. But at the same time, when you're making money, you're making money. There's days when we don't. So yeah, that's that. You know, it's like me getting out here on Microsoft. Like, does it suck? Yeah. You know, but it ripped all the way to the upside and we just hit something else. Like I said, don't hang your head. Just go to something else.
You got to put it in context, man. Like if you're long 148 and you get out 152 and it goes to 153, yeah, you give up a buck, but I mean it's not the end of the world. As a matter of fact, I still look at some of these levels. It's like, okay, well last week, like put this in context. Last week Meta had a top at 153. It still has a top at 153. So in the higher time frame, like this has not. Missing a lot of days there. On the higher time frame, this has still not got through its latest resistance. That's probably a next week thing or a tomorrow thing, which, by the way, if it breaks it, we're probably going long Meta tomorrow. It has earnings tonight. We haven't even talked about this. Meta could be breaking or rejecting this level on earnings, for crying out loud. So it's only in context that these look bad in terms of getting out even. Someone said, where's my longs? I had a target all day long for AMD up there. When it reversed, am I getting out? Sure, but I also held it all day into that level as long as I could. I'm short one thing right now because Intel is still hovering that 29 level. I could have shorted AMD. Carvana, it's another case where, you know, we bought the dip. It gave you a dollar change, which is a 10% move almost exactly. I had to get out. I just felt like it could have been a back at VWAP. This is still a company going bankrupt. Potentially going bankrupt as far as I'm concerned. So I don't know if this is going to be, this might be a decent reversal on Carvana, but I have nothing to back it up with. Like it just happens to be the top. There's no actual resistance levels that I can see. I checked out a firm to see if I wanted to short that. And again, it was at a random level of starting to turn around. If it's not at a level, I don't want it. Brendan, what do you have, buddy?
I just want to let you guys know. So we got the last question warning and Fed Chair Powell just wrapping that up now. The last question was about the debt ceiling, guys. So that seems to be it. Yeah, he's walking off the stage now. So we are clear of Fed Chair Powell.
Well, we'll see what happens now. Sometimes you get a pullback. I'm not saying you always do. Sometimes you get a pullback.
Shout out to my lovely wife. Thank you so much for dressing me in this snazzy thing here. She is watching, so thank you so much for that. And, you know, we'll look forward to having a great night, like we said already there. You know, thanks. It's so awesome to have that support. Today? So I want to thank you for that as well. And the viewers, man. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Bears vs. Bulls. So I just did get a trade idea, but we missed it. I wanted to short Microsoft right here against that high. I just think that now that Powell's gone, like Brendan just mentioned there, we're waiting for him to go. So that's 253.30. I mean, it's well off now. I don't know if it's going to come back into that level. Looks like our Tesla out still looks pretty good, considering we haven't gone too much higher than where we got out there. So that's not bad. I do have a Rivian target here, 1980. So that could be something here to get a piece out if it does come back in. But man, we're having a great day. And just Meta could be the trade to go short maybe. I like that you just mentioned there that we're coming off earnings tomorrow. So that could be something.
We haven't even said that all day.
We haven't even talked about Meta too much today. Although Meta is one of my #1 stocks. We have AMD. So my stocks by far. So I'll just tell you right now that Tesla is 2.5 times my next best stock. So just to let you know the kind of damage, my next best stock is AMD right there. A lot of damage done on this name today, obviously, as we take that long and get out there for $4. And we got out too early, obviously, on that one. And then Rivian sneaks in as a top stock today as well. Snapchat's up there. The market's up there. Meta's up there. Man, this has been a good day. Let's just continue. Neil just keeps saying, wow.
Congratulations to Renata Haddad, because apparently I paper hands the living screaming crap out of Carvana, getting out at 13. It's at 13.50. And it still looks spectacular, and that move is real. Carvana's now doubled up from last week, so I hope you're loving that one if you got it. But sometimes these breaks are pretty clean. Like, look at that double top. If I look back and Mullins at 50 cents, oh my goodness. Brendo?
I want to show you guys follow through here as Powell wraps up the press conference here. Follow through on the dollar. First of all, huge move down. We're through these lows now. If you zoom out a little bit here, you got to go all the way back to a year ago to find where we're at right now on the DXY. Here's the 10-year as well. Just broke the low, or that low anyways, going back to the beginning of January. So back to 3.4 on the 10-year. The 2-year, this is an 11 basis point candle on the 10-year. This is an hourly chart. So 4.26 at the top. We're back to, it's actually more than that now, 412.5 right now for the 2-year. So the market at least pricing in less hikes to come, guys.
You don't say. Maybe that's why we're up 2%. I mean, we're up 2%, so that kind of goes without saying, but it's true. I saw someone in the chat say short Pfizer at 44. It's a good level, but it's also not doing a heck of a lot, right? So the other end of the equation would be, is the stock really moving? That's what you want to do in Power Hour, find things that have a little bit more volatility to it. Good level, maybe not that bad of an idea on a swing basis or something like that just had earnings. But yeah, not too exciting for me. I feel like I just want to be back over to this is gone nuts in Carvana. And I don't want to chase this move. It's so close. Like, this is where it had the drop off was 13.75. So in the back of my mind, I was like, well, if it actually had broken higher 13.75, it's here now. 75 here now. And if it does make a pullback, I want to have a piece of it. It's not to say I have to go short, but it just did that dip right to the level on the daily chart, and the consolidation is here. If I can risk 10 to 15 cents to try to get a pullback into 13 to 13.25, I like that risk to reward. So, give me a break. I don't pay for locates. I guess I love the short so much that I didn't pay for locates on Carvana, for crying out loud.
All right, congratulations there to James McCarthy, man. He went long at 105, out 179. Great trade there. And yeah, no regrets on that one. Of course, it's regrets, but
we know what you mean.
Yeah, if you guys caught that one. Okay, so we'll just keep on watching. I do have an out for Rivian, just double checking, but it's all the way up here at the high of the day, 90. I'm trying to get greedy on Rivian. A negative name here. I was looking to say, what might be negative today that we can actually trade and try to make a little bit of cash on, and oil. So oil right now, as you can see right here, down 2.5%, just bouncing around. Good for filling up the tank, which I don't think I need today, but good move down. Yeah, it normally takes a couple of days. Every Thursday, I think, is the cheapest day around here, but XOM is red today, and that could be a good short as well. Just looking to say, hey, maybe this 115.40 top, but the problem is we just bounced right there, so I think if you can get into that top, I think that's a good little level. Wow, this market's really starting to go. Let's check back in on Microsoft again, because this is the short that I thought I wanted against that high, but now that the market's bouncing and Powell's gone, maybe this just keeps on going, guys. Still waiting at 50 though. The highest we got was right here, 20. You know what? I see where Tesla is, and by the way, it's still ripping. It just went back up through 182 again. All right, let's try a small short here in the 20s. Right there on Microsoft, I just put the order in. We'll try it right here, 2023. It's going to come up. We should get the fill. And then we'll try another spot here at 50. That's kind of where we wanted it. Don't go back down. Give me short first. I just want to try it. This is a tester short. This is like 20% of the position. You know what I mean? So let's try that right there on that short. Yeah, you guys are right, man. I know Neil's on Carvana. It's been a monster, of course, to the upside, and I see what you guys are saying. I mean, it's kind of the same here. There we go. We're now into Softy. It's the same monster. I mean, you guys can watch Carvana all you want, but like this Rivian, a lot of things are ticking, man, today. If we can get Rivian back to 90.
Through 14.
Yeah, Carvana is amazing. Go over. I mean, here, I'll call it up. CNVA.
Oh, it looked like it was going to halt. Sorry.
Is it going to halt? I have it up right now.
No.
14.
It looked like it was going to halt, but I guess it didn't.
Huge move up for Carvana. But, I mean, you guys are talking about this. Sure, it's up $1.50. There's a lot of names, but Carvana up 40% and still going. Yeah, how does that feel, Morgan Stanley? Like, let's be honest with you. Like, you guys called this $1 here. And I don't know, like you got people scared and punched out of their position. It's actually crap. These guys should get investigated. Like, honestly, I'm done with all this. These guys are a joke. All these brokers, I don't care. I'll spit it out right right now. I'm a trader. I'm just going to tell it like it is. That's what's the best part about this show. And by the way, we are going to ring the register right now. You can't stop me right now. It's not possible. There it is, 40 cents again on Microsoft. So shout out to everybody. But we are ready for Brendan. We just ain't stopping around here. Let's go, Brendo.
Not much of a reaction off this yet, guys, but just a heads up on Shopify, up 2% with the market anyways. But this is a product manager at Shopify, apparently, Paul. Shout out to Paul. Tweeting about OpenAI, guys. So product manager at Shopify tweeting about some AI integration to come.
Shop didn't break the high of the day. That's weird. I'm actually surprised by that. So I'll get this out of the way. I would not try to bag hold Carvana. I wouldn't buy it up here for the long term. Fundamentally, they're still screwed. I don't care what anybody says. And at the end of the day, like, this is a squeeze play. The longs are because it's squeezing. The stock has already gone from 4 to like 14. It is going to reverse. It's a matter of when. I don't know when the hell that's going to happen. I just took a shot shorting 90s, but my out is 14. And you know what? If that out looks like absolute crap when it goes back to 13, I really don't care. Because I would rather fail small, win big, than the other way around. So I don't mind shorting these things, but I don't want to go to the grave. You can roll back the tape and see me 2 years ago. On the second day or the first day of DWAC when it went parabolic, I think it was the first day, it might have been the second day, I was short 23 times. I had 27 trades and I was short 23 times and was flat on the stock, and that was blind luck that I got the high eventually. Now, I only short this thing when it goes to the one level that I like, and I take a shot, and then hopefully that's it. And if it's 3 or 4 swings, then I've done it wrong. So that's just my 2 cents. Maybe it pulls back here. It's got a bit of a wick top. I don't know if I want to jump back into it right now. I'm going to hold on to Intel because it seems to be resisting tops, and then we'll see. Like, the market is not breaking higher anymore, so I don't feel like picking up any longs. You turned your head, and it made me turn my head to the TV screen over there. But, Powell's done. There's nothing else to see at this point. It's just, I kind of flinched. You had me. And by the way, about Mullen, see? It didn't break 36. This stock, I don't know who's dumping this thing at 36 cents, but if you get a good long into Mullen, you might want to take profit at 36 cents. Why? I don't know, but you tell me. Is it going to break 36? The day it breaks, it's going to probably be fantastic, but it's been an absolute wall, and the last week I've been staring at it, looking for it to go, and I've taken shots at it, and not one of them has actually followed through, as you can tell. This is a line in the sand at 36 even. I suppose that means this is the break you have to get. It just can't do it.
All right, guys. Yeah, look, guys, this has been a good day here for sure. Yeah, I wasn't checking. I was just looking over here at the professor. But he's gone. Yeah. Brendan announced a while ago that, no, not the professor. The professor's right here, that Powell was gone. So
yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he gone. Microsoft went $1 in the money. We didn't take it. So we did take that first 40 cents. It did go all the way down. And just looking right here, 252 flat. So that's, that's a level right there that we could definitely take a look at one more time. But, I still think we could break lower. We did get out of Rivian to end that trade. Money. Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of like zone that we're in right now today. It's been an absolutely incredible day to trade, and again, we'll try to find some more. It's 325 right now. Intel's at $29. Oh, Snapchat. Let's have a quick look at Snapchat. We talked about that bottom. I mean, it's too bad. We made good money on Snapchat today. There's no doubt about that. But
it never broke the range.
Yeah, it never broke it until just kind of right now. There's that top. So we were buying Snapchat all the way, getting out up here. So it was a great day for us on Snapchat. Never great enough because we were waiting for this move to come down in to this low. We just averaged into it, and again, whenever it doesn't hit ultimate lows, it's very hard for me to have a big position because I don't, look, we'll have decent positions. We're sitting here on a prop floor, so, to not trade with decent position size, if you're confident in something, you do that. But right now, Snapchat, I just wanted to have a look at it as it is trying to go back upside. Was looking for like some red names, and I just looked at the trade ideas scanner, trying to find some names here. Here's the volume leaders, so that's what triggered it. Shout out to Michael Noss and our friends at
Apparently
Trade Ideas. You could see here relative volume today. Snapchat obviously is at the top with 5.3. But I was just looking. You don't see too many red names. XOM and Oxy, and then the super green names today. AMD, huge move upside. That's only up 9.6%. I say only because that must mean it is pulling down. What? Is that? Oh, that's dollars. Sorry.
What is
AMD.
That?
Oh, no. I was looking at the wrong. I was like, what? Nvidia's up 14%?
No.
This is the percent one right here. So there you go. That's what I was looking at. I said, did AMD pull back? But there it is right now, up 12%. So I like to use these scanners just to find some names that are doing good volume. I mean, it's not rocket science right now at 3:30. There's lots of relative volume scanners out there that you can get. But, you know, I like to look at it. The scan really does help at like 9 o'clock. You know, see what's doing some volume. This 9:30, sorry, as the market opens up. 9:30, 9:35, 10 o'clock, in case you miss something, right? Because although we have the best watch list and the best Twitter feeds in the business, you know, it is going to be one of those things that you are going to miss some names. So that's what we're looking at. The only position I have on, unfortunately, is Microsoft. Check back in on Tesla. I like the heat here on Tesla, man. I mean, it's only up 50 cents. So we're fine where we got out. Check back on Rivian. We just got out of that one. Maybe there are some shorts coming through. Now, I don't want to go short. Wow, Nvidia's at 210. Oh, man, some of these levels.
210 is a crazy level.
It's there right now, man. I mean,
Affirm's at 1750. I mean,
that's a short.
I have an itchy trigger finger on Affirm. I'm in this, but I'm in Intel here. So here's Intel 29, and here is the last channel. Before they had the disaster earnings, support was right here at 29.20. That's the high of the day. So that's where my stop is going to be. It is very tempting to look at Affirm as extended as it is. I mean, this was a great short, and then Fed happened. So look. It was a good short. It was basically cashing all afternoon. Fed happens, you just go along. I got out too early probably because of my bias, and sometimes the bias gets the best of you. But it's not, it's here, it's right here at a resistance point at 1750. I just feel like, can it press to 18 before it's a short? I mean, the NASDAQ is still, and this is a 15-minute chart versus sometimes a 3. It's still kind of over at those highs, and we're still putting in some green candles on it. So I'm not really sure we've made that top. We are running out of time, however, unfortunately. That's the really real. Like, we have to be out of these positions. So if I get into a firm, then, you know, like, I can't sit there hoping it goes to VWAP here for me today. Like, it's got to make a move. So I want it to stretch itself up to the top, maybe $18, and then look for it. I do feel like if some things roll over, something like this is low-hanging fruit. Yesterday they had the expiry of their exclusivity with Amazon. It's saying hold my beer. The resistance was good at one point. The hold my beer was probably more to do with Powell and the Fed. And remember, it was as expected here. And he didn't really say anything that I thought was overwhelming. There were a couple of decent points for the market overall. But I want to be very patient. Give me the key level, give me 20 cents or so, and then I'll take a shot on a firm.
I just want to say one more trade before we go here. I am going to, this is not going to work, man. But I mean, well, if I didn't think it would work, I wouldn't have took it. But AMD right now, I just went over there and was like, you know what? We double touched 85 flat there. So I have a small short. I'm short at 86 right now. This will be 20 cents worth of a hit. It's not stopping. It's just going upside here. So I don't know whether or not you guys want to. There it goes. It's just going to blast through and we're going to get stopped out. So I just want to talk about that in case you guys saw it through. My mistake was really getting out right there at 84, sorry, what, 84? 83 from our long from this morning. So this is the thing, like, it's a $4 winner from there, right? But we got out and yes, the rest, as they say, is history. And now AMD just continues its monster move back up to the upside. So we'll watch out for this. We're going to be out very, very soon if it does take out a little bit higher there on 85. So here it goes. You know what? I might just change this to 85.10 or so here on AMD. We don't have a lot of shares. Yeah, now it's getting juicier right here. 85.10 or so on AMD, and we're going to get out. We just punched in a few more shares just to see if this is the top, but an 85.10 break. There it goes. Should have just gone long instead of refresh this. I just thought there was some risk here. There we go. We're out. So a little bit of a loser there.
Level 2 offer.
Who's
15s. 150,000 was at 15.
Oh, was it?
I saw it on your screen just now.
Okay, I missed it. Yeah, I was looking at the. Shoot, there's a little fall back down here. All right, we'll try one more short here on AMD. I don't know if it's going to work, but if there was some size there, then we should be short on this name. I know we're waiting for Brendan. They're just setting something up, so we will go to him in a minute. But, oh, that sucks, man. We were just short there on AMD. That sucks. Look at this move all the way back down. It's all good. We just did re-short it, but we take a 15-cent hit there on it. Let's put it back. We'll take a dime on 10% if it comes back down right now, but we are once again into that short right there on AMD. There's an out there as it's now starting to fall. 10 cents too early on that one, but that's okay. We're back in this name and we have it. So now we're ready for the man, the myth, the legend. He does exist, and he's over there at the big desk. It's Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, welcome to a ton this afternoon of brand new viewers. If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you do take a second, hit the like, and subscribe, guys. We do this every single day that the market is open. We're here for you with news, with all the action as it happens, as you see from the guys there. So hit the like, subscribe, and join us every single day. Let's talk a little bit about small caps, which is brought to you by Trade Ideas, a comprehensive stock scanner used by active traders to quickly and efficiently identify trading opportunities daily, featuring powerful tools like innovative stock races and quickly identify and act on potential trades. Check out the link below, 20% off from us to you for Trade Ideas. Let's talk small caps. VS was up significantly as soon as we sat down this morning on some positive news for this one. Teeny tiny little float. It's about $1 million, so I was leaning long on this as much as I could, but ended up just being a halt fest. As soon as the market opened, there was really not much to do. It would open and halt, open and halt, open and halt. Ended up being a pretty good fade. There was probably $1 in that to the downside. If you found a way into that on the short side, I got away from it. VS was a big mover this morning, though. This one as well, MGAM was the other one, MSGM. That had the offering. This dumped on that news as well. Comes all the way back up to that pre-market high, clears everyone out, and then fails miserably. So I had to try it twice there, but the second one ends up working. This one, guys, actually starting to peak up right now. Watch $4 there on MGAM, still holding on to 50%. I was sitting here watching this one as well. eBet, and then there was GAME, G-A-M-E, was also moving around on this, both online gaming type sites as well. Watch 180 and 2. This one might be good for tomorrow, guys. eBet.
So when 85 broke on AMD, I got stopped out the high on Intel. And then there was that big seller on AMD, 85.15, I think it was. And then Intel came right beneath that low. And then I jumped right back in on the wick top. So AMD will be my best stock for going long on it all day long. And Intel will be my worst stock for shorting Intel like I do pretty much every single day on a day where it's super strong. The only thing I will say to this is the only reason you survive that and you do better on your winners and your losers is if stop out when it breaks the bottom of the range, stop out when it breaks the top, out here at 29, out here, although I'm back into it when it broke that 20, and then out again if it breaks 25. So yes, I'm going to take 1, 2, like 3, 4 hits on it, but it's not as if it's holding it the entire way up. You just don't want to do that. What you want to do is get into something, reload longs, hold positions, hold. Like that's what you want to do. You want to be in something and give it room to go so when it's making the big moves, you have a piece on. But you want to be getting in and out, not holding that last piece when it's going against you. So, Intel's going to suck for me today, but this day was always coming. That's a reality. Like at some point, the stock's going to go up. And I feel like the last time it sucked for me was when I thought it wouldn't break back out on bad earnings last time. And it's right back to almost where it was. And it's going to break the high again here, and then I'm going to get out in 1 cent. So it's stronger than I would have anticipated. My line when I read the quarter was like, they said, Gelsinger said all this stuff, and I was like, Owen Wilson from Armageddon, so you mean worst quarter possible? You could have just said that. However, the stock is up 3.5%, and that has more to do with the overall market and getting dragged up than any kind of long-term play on this. I feel a reckoning could be coming in the next couple of days, especially if this gets up to like $30, but you have to accept the price action. So I'm slapping a fail on myself for shorting Intel like 4 or 5 times today. It'll happen to you. The long was definitely not wrong today. Brendo.
This MSGM, guys, just popping up and halting. Yeah, halting to the upside off of 35. Once again, 81.5% still on the day. They just released a statement regarding some debt and repaying some debt and financing for equity exchange. So this is going to affect MGAM and MSGM. So there was a statement there that came out on debt at 3:30.
So this one, I mean, they dropped the offering on this morning, and that was nasty. So chasing this move, probably not. I'm not trading this. We have 24 minutes to go. At this point, I'm looking for some scalp trades, and if I can find them, let's be honest about where they might be. If you have to look for something that can give you a big press, go to something that's ridiculously strong. CVNA could stand out if it breaks out. I know I was just waiting for a firm to get to 18. Okay, so patience, don't short it here. If you think it's a good short, let it press to 18. The market is still screaming up, and the market's making fresh highs, by the way. We could see 3% in, I don't know, 5 minutes or so at 12.5 on the NASDAQ. So I want to see that happen before I take a shot at a firm. Man, did we get us some of these things too early, but that's always going to be the case. You don't cry over spilt milk. You don't hold things too far against you. Take your shot and run. Someone's saying, do you hold on a day like today? I think you do with the longs as long as you can, but if you're taking shorts, they are scalp trades. It is in, it is out like a ninja. Don't try to get too tricky about it.
Yeah, we're. Oh, I want to give a big shout out here. We got a super chat from Long This right now as we were talking about. I mean,
Great name.
I'm long right now. Long This. I'm long AMD. Let's see if it can continue to go up to the upside as we just tried to short and we just scalped it out, just like you said there. It didn't work. So now we're stuck long against 85. Let's see if that holds. Which ones will sink tomorrow when valuations adjust? What value? I don't. I'm not exactly.
Well, earnings names can have value.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's why I just wanted to question what that meant there. When valuations adjust, you mean based on like future cash flows for the interest rate? I don't know if much will happen because of the very, very simple fact that we already knew that this was going to be a quarter point. So I'm not sure too many valuations. But if you are going to look for something, like I said, and again, another shout out to Trade Ideas. I'm not going to sit here and make a call what's going to pull back tomorrow. I'm not sure the market is going to pull back, but I would just look for weaker names, right? Right now we know oil is weak, so that could go. And then just look for names that are relatively weak, right? Like Pinterest right there, only up 1.2%. General Motors only up 0.7%. That could pull back, right? NEO only up 1.4%. Citigroup, some of the banks, right? So you want to look for names that are relatively weak opposed to some of their peers today. So even a Snapchat maybe that's getting bumped up right now, that could be something. Thank you so much as well, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. I like that. My cousin's name is Jenny as well. Hopefully you're not from the block, or if you are, shout out to you as well. But yeah, good take there. Thanks, Jenny, for that super chat. We do love you guys. And yeah, we got a lot of super chats on the midday show. It's a pizza day on Friday, guys.
It's pizza day for my daughter at school, too. And it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun.
And drinks.
We're going to get some drinks, but we're not doing that, whatever that thing, that M and whatever 2020 nonsense that you guys said. That's disgusting, so I'm not going to try that.
Oh, yeah, that stuff. Yeah.
I already don't know the name.
Mad Dog or something.
Mad Dog, whatever it is. I'm not trying that. I've seen videos about how bad that thing is, and I fell for that with a chip thing. However, I am open to the whole shoey thing, as long as it's actual decent beer.
Exactly.
Right, like I don't have a problem with it. It's just I was never doing it with maple syrup. Meta is through the high, not the day high, not the high that we just made when I got out like a chump at 152. I mean, it is what it is. It was always going to look bad on a trail. But last week was a top 153.25. It just tagged it, so I just grabbed that long again. I think it's pure scalp trades up here. How far can it go realistically? We did get an early look on the imbalances. I don't know if you said this.
I did not.
56 million to buy is the early look. Probably. I mean, that's a nothing burger. At the end of the month, we saw a massive number yesterday, obviously, but that has to do with the month ending, and obviously you have bigger options expiries and that kind of stuff. And at the end of the month, you have rebalances as well. So there's always big moves that happen. I think it's going to be a nothing burger on the imbalances. I just want to ride this train, and if you break a level like this, there's room to go. Thank you very much for the super chat. Chandler Mizier? Spreading CVNA love. Cannot thank you enough for this show. Thank you guys, because I will tell you this right now. It's the best community in the world because I wasn't even looking at Carvana. I wasn't looking at it. Didn't care about Carvana. Well, I probably cared about it if it got to $9, but it didn't get there. I wasn't looking at the stock. And someone else brought it up. I was like, look at this double top. How are you not looking for a long off this level? It was right before we had come on that it got brought to my attention. And then I was looking for it and said, hey, there's a good setup. We can put it on that trade. And shout out to everyone that held on to it. Congratulations. You can see I got out way too early. But yeah, we love you guys. We do the show and have fun with it because of the community. I mean, trading is fun, but if it was just Sean and I, like Sean and I have been sitting next to each other day trading for a very long time. It's a heck of a lot more fun when we can enjoy this with a great group like you guys. So take a second, spread the love, hit the like and subscribe. Most importantly, don't go anywhere because we're back every single day the market is open, unless somehow, I mean, no, the market's not going anywhere. So we're not either. What is that, Rob?
He's talking. He's just saying that we're here for every U.S. market.
yeah.
It's like a technicality.
Nobody cares about the Canadian markets.
Yeah, we're not going to
Well, I
trade
shouldn't say
Canada
that.
too much. Yeah, Canada's a good market, man. Canada's a good market.
Well, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, right now we'll just continue to watch it. If you are trading with Day Trade the World, of course, we have access to over 78 world markets. So we can call up a Canadian name right now. Oil markets. Crypto market soon. Futures, definitely lots of different futures. Pink sheets, everything. Canadian market, the CSX, everything we can open up for you and trade. So, all right, I'm just going to give this, again, AMD. It's sort of, where's my 1 minute right here? Okay, yeah, that's 84.60 here. It's just, we've kind of like absorbed this all the way. So let's go. We were short. We did flip over to long. It's not a huge position. We are trying to get some more long here at 85 flat or so. So, I'm bidding 05. So if it does come down, I think we just stopped at what, 07 there? What? 05. We stopped at 05. That's unbelievable if this goes back up, but that's okay. We're going to try to take another long here on that. So we'll see if that can work out. Remember the imbalance that Brendan just said. It's only 70 million to sell, so it's not a huge imbalance right now. Wow, look at Tesla. I mean, you guys saw me buy this thing 172. It's only beat $15 or $12 in the money now. We rebought it at 80 and got out at 82. Now it's at 84. Missed up. AMD, come on, you're kidding me, right? I was waiting at 05, and look where it just went down to right there, 06. We'll have to sit now in the teens to take another, there it is. Okay, we got 10s there. What did I just get? We just got 11s back in, so we just, tricked them a little bit, bought higher. Let's see if we're the one tricked. And now we'll wait down here for 85. And then we're going to try to watch out for that break back lower. If it breaks lower into the close, it breaks lower into the close. That's the trade. I still want to watch it, so that's what I'm looking for. And then Meta tomorrow into earnings could be really good. Intel's off. That's up another 4% right now as well. Coinbase, wow, Coinbase up to 65.
60
right now.
Now that's a shortcoming at some point.
Like, I hated this name at 35. Now it's at 65. Like, this was just down. I shouldn't say hate, but I guess I did. Down here at $35. That was the bottom. That's why I thought about it. Now you're all the way to 65, so a double up. Look, Coinbase just doubled up in a month, so anyways, all right, here we go. We're now long AMD. Let's see what happens right now, there's a big move happening in this market, so we may get stopped out of this, and if we do, that's fine. Breaking back down below, not fine, we don't like to do that, but breaking below 70 and we're out of this one. It's starting to get a little spicy to the downside here, AMD.
Yeah, I did pick up a firm, so I still have the Meta long, obviously breaking out. Coinbase 65 is nothing. I did have a look at it. I'm like, oh, well, is it at a level? That's almost too strong. Has a huge short interest as well, so never forget that. That can be a catalyst. A firm has a short interest, but it did get to 18, and this is more just about, it looked like it was going to roll over here, but I said let it press up while the market's going higher. It's already 344, so we have to be flat in 15 minutes out of these positions, and we're going to get the imbalances in a couple of minutes as well. So relatively tight stops on everything. It broke 18 and got to 1802, so to me that's like a fail break of the level, short the consolidation, get out at the high of the day. To me, that's just a standard setup at a key price level. I do it almost every single time. I like the stock. I wouldn't do it if it's a stock that I think fundamentally should be just going ridiculously higher. I don't think a firm is that. Meta is still trying to go through that top. It did just hold 152. Liked it a little more. Didn't find anything else I liked for the long, so I just added a piece when it retook the high. I'm stopping it out right underneath this little consolidation. Once I added there, I'm like, okay, we'll tighten up the stop. If I get more, we're not giving it as much room. We're also running out of time. That would tighten up the stop for other reasons as well. So Meta long, a firm short. One is going to get out, and the other, hopefully, we can hold into the imbalances.
Yeah, we're slipping up a little bit here because we don't want to be in, two big positions heading into the imbalance. I don't know, AMD just cracked lower, so it got us into a trade. So that's, I don't know, like the imbalance is 4 minutes away right now. So did I just get out? I was offering 01s right there just to take some pieces out we're long at 08 right now. It looks like it wants to go lower. Now that we're hanging out here under 85, there's been a couple runs right here, right here back to 85, and it just hasn't broken back upside. So I was just thinking that, hey, if we do break it, let's take some pressure out because those imbalances can really affect the market. And I know it's only 90 million or whatever, it was 70 million to sell, but but you know, that can come out $1 billion to sell or something. And the next thing you know, you're absolutely crushed on a position that you really shouldn't, not that I shouldn't be in it, I should be in it, it's fine. But you know, it's just one of those things where why take on extra risk? Now, it could come to a buy side, and AMD's a buy today, but we'll take out a little bit of risk there as it comes back. So a little bit of a hit there, but again, we're in it for the long. So hopefully it can get back upside, and hopefully it can rip up in the next 3 minutes before those imbalances. And if they do, let's take a piece out at 20, and then hopefully get something out a little bit higher than that. But for right now, AMD on the long is temporarily working, but not working out that well. So let's see if it goes back up, and we'll take pieces out as it goes. So here we go. We just took a 10 out, so now this is starting to work back up to the upside as the futures are trying to go back to highs.
Yeah, that's the key. I was actually just going to quickly show the NASDAQ here. The futures is trying to get back to 12.5 on the NASDAQ. So as that happen, if it doesn't get through 12.5, I'd be a fool not to get something out when it goes to 50s on Meta. We got 3 minutes to the imbalances, just double checking. If we punch through the top, then I know a firm is no good, and maybe we can see 154. On the way to 154, I am going to be taking some out, 75s, evens as well. A firm is gone, so tight stop there. Didn't want to risk more than 10 pennies on a firm. I know that's not that much of a move on a firm, but at 347 into a screaming market when you're short, that's a reasonable amount of risk in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. I have one position on here. If it takes out 152.90s, I'm out of it. If it breaks higher, we're holding on hopefully to the close. It's been a wild show. It's been a fun ride. The market is absolutely screaming, and I feel like some names haven't gotten any coverage. I understand that, but market up, names like Apple up, just about everything you're looking at is strong. I haven't really seen anything that stinks today, to be honest with you. Like almost everything caught a bounce. The one notable thing I did not trade was Shop was strong at one point off the bottoms, but this really rejected this top here on Shopify. So it's one of the few names out there that I would have, in my head, expected it to be breaking tops based on its profile, like the Affirms of the world, whatever, and it's not. So I might have to come over thinking Shop beneath 51 tomorrow morning. Maybe it's just gone a little bit too far. I'm not sure, but it's been struggling at the high of the day here. And look, if it pulls back tomorrow through 50, it could be interesting. Just a mental note I'm making because it never got through the high when the market's only making highs.
Yeah, I mean, and right now, I'm making mental note as well, as AMD is pulling back pretty hardcore right now. Again, good thing we took a little bit out. We'll average back into that position right now, but here it goes, man. We're getting out at 70, so it's about to break, like right now. So before the imbalance comes out, AMD is, there it is. It's testing the bottom, downside right there for AMD, starting to get in. Look at this market starting to give back. That sucks because we did have a Microsoft short that we wanted as well up there. We shorted at 1 penny or $1 too early, I guess. And there goes AMD back down to the downside. You're now a minute away. These are these imbalances that we're talking about. I mean, wow, what a good day that was, man. Still trying to come down from that rush that we had there in the market. That trade for Tesla was crazy. And then we missed out on the Microsoft trade as well, back up to the upside. But let's watch out here as these imbalances come through right now into the close. And we now only have 30 seconds. So this is all going to populate. And when it does, then we'll see right there. Fahad has his hair up right now, so it looks like he's has one of those top ponytails. So looking pretty good over there, Fahad.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture,
as we go right now. So here we go.
He was doing all this with, I'm just saying, like right over here.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. 10 seconds left, and we'll see what market happens here, or what happens to the market into this close. We're up 2.5%. Wow, NASDAQ. Okay, here we go. Market coming out right now, and we will see what does this do to some of these names. Wow, look at AMD collapse. So you do have an ABEV sell there. Ford with a sell, Microsoft, screw you, honestly. We had that short right there at 254. Now it's 253. Nice move to the downside. Yeah, Intel downside, Amazon downside. So you got Google downside. You guys with Google downside. These are all downside moves here. So big moves in the market, and they all appear to be down. There it is, giving that Google print all the way back to 100. So yeah, some nice downside move here into the imbalance. The Microsoft one is interesting.
Yeah, I'm now out of I'm out of Meta. I'm not going to wait. Everything was red. I didn't even see where Meta was. I was just like, every other big tech name was to the south side. However, I did make the wick top on a firm. Do I even want to chase this? I feel like if we pull back here, I feel like this should have actually dropped like a rock. So chasing this one might not be the play. There's got to be something a little bit better that makes more sense. And for the short side, it's not going to be Intel. By the way, CVNA, I mean, 14 short. 14 short. That was it. Anyways, this is just, sometimes you sit there and it's like, okay, you like the level, you get wicked out, it gives you a second chance to get at it. And this is the opportunity, by the way, this is the opportunity cost of moving from Carvana to Affirm. Because I went over to Affirm, like, oh, tight stop up here, wait for 18s. But the same level that I thought was going to be a turning point for Carvana, it just can't break. You short 14s, and then it finally gives you move back to 13. Not to chase it or anything, but shout out to everyone that held on to the long a little bit longer than I did. But that was the right spot for Carvana. I just paper hands it. But you're going to paper hand shorts when the market's screaming like this. That's how it's going to be. Like, you're not going to be sitting around there giving shorts forever when the stock is doing this. You're going to get into the short. You're going to get out of it. You hold on to your longs on a day like today. Inevitable that you get some pullbacks. I just wish I had stuck with Carvana and just given that short a little bit more time to work out there.
All right, I'm trying to give this one a little bit of time here as AMD. I just went to 50. Okay, we'll take. You know what? Let's take 20 pennies, and then we'll cancel. I was waiting at 60. Let's take it. Now I'm at 46. It just stopped at 45. So let's go. One more tick. Thank you very much. There it is. So there we go. We'll put it back in a little bit. Whatever. I mean, this drop down there, we knew we were going to be in trouble getting into a trade into the imbalance. So that sucks for me because again, we do that every day. And that just went to the downside. But we got stopped out before that. But again, it's in a reaction to the imbalances you can see here. I'll keep them up. You'll start to see them start to pair off and whatnot. I'm going to go long into 84 right here. Again, it doesn't even look that fancy. It's just an 84 level that's coming in. If this was the real market was open and we had a little more time, I'd definitely give this some room back down to 83.50. Let's just see if we can pick up a bid here as the market is just come in pretty good now. So we'll see if we can pick up a bid. That's really all that we're doing now, and into the close, right? If there are any other names that you guys want to talk about, yeah, AMD was
Who
magic, man. I don't know what trade you guys are talking about, but this AMD early was such a good trade. And again, once you're going to report a nice positive number like that, let's keep this up here and figure it out.
Super chat.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much, man. We'll hit the money. Then we'll pull it up for you right here on the screen. Again, another one. I don't know if you super chatted in the midday show, but thank you so much to John Sharpley. If anybody else wants to super chat, man, it's on you, but that's so kind. Thank you so much. We are going to be drinking a little bit on Friday. We'll have some beers going through. The professor's ready. Prad's ready.
Pizza
We're all ready
too.
to
We'll
go.
eat.
Plus, we got the pizza going.
We'll eat.
Plus, we'll think about getting some cannolis on board. Thank you so much, John. That's so nice. Thank you so much for all that. And it's not. I mean, we may be, great, but without you guys, the traders, the viewers that are helping us out here, the show wouldn't be where it is. So thank you so much. We do it for free, and we do appreciate all those super chats. Thank you again, John.
I do have a question for you because you keep saying cannolis. Where do you get a good cannoli around here? Because
the best place is right where. Oh, you weren't at draft.
No, I was in Texas for that.
Yeah, it's called Messina Bakery. It's right by my place. It's the best by far. The best.
Are you gonna bring some?
Yeah, for Friday?
Friday, yeah.
I'm going to bring
Let's
some.
go.
I'm here for everybody.
Let's go.
So.
You can't have two Italians and not get the cannolis.
I was just wondering if there's a place around here because then I'll bring them in the morning. It's fine. They'll still be fresh.
Yeah,
we make them fresh every day. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Thank you guys so much. We're going to have a lot of fun. D Loaf, tell Arun to come to the office. I can ask him. I mean, obviously, you guys know.
When, on Friday?
On Friday. I mean, he trades from home. He does his segments. But, if he wants to come in, that's on him. I'll message him, tell him we're going to have some fun. And then that'll be up to him whether he wants to come in here. But everyone in the back will be able to enjoy as well. Like, we're going to share the love. Make sure everyone has a few pints and has some za as well. That's what it's all about. Have a little bit of fun. There's no point getting it if you can't share it and if you can't enjoy it. That's the reality. That goes with everything, right? Like Luca said it. Lucas said it the best, right? You make the money to spend the money and enjoy it. You can't take it with you, man. You can't take it with you. So we'll have some fun with it. Good bounce off 84 if you took that on AMD. I'm choking up. That's why I was looking at the same stock.
Did you take it or?
I did not. I'm going to cough in a second, so go to
I'll take it. Yeah, I took it right there, so we'll go like that. We'll ride the bull back to the upside. But this is the area right now that we were debating the short in, remember? So if we can get back all the way up there, we are back up to the 50 period. So yeah, we are starting to ring the register now on this long. We're long at 84.14. We're just making that money back. Like I said, I want to thank you again for all the super chats one more time. As someone, we just got popped in again. You are welcome.
Shout out to Brendan.
Booma right there for that Netflix call out today.
Yeah.
I mean, we call out so many different trades. We're just glad that you guys are taking them. So that's a good one there on Netflix, man. Yeah, and I want to, shout out to everybody that took that Tesla trade long. Like, wow, was that wow right now for AMD to the upside? I mean, I don't know if you guys were watching, but I was so into this Tesla trade. Look how many shares. Like, this is buy, 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 buy. Like, many buy. We do have one out there because we got out. But buy it back, and then hit it all the way to the upside. So it was a great trade there for Tesla. And what is turning out to be a bang-up trade as well. We just got some out at 60 there a couple times there. It went up to 60. Our best out is 52 actually here on AMD. Let's put an offer a little bit higher. I was talking about that 60 level. I guess I didn't put an offer there.
So I'll recap because I actually got out of Meta on the imbalances. I don't know if I showed you guys. It was basically break even. Thankfully, it was in the money when the imbalances dropped, so I got very lucky with that. It ends up holding support. Not going to trade it. 3 minutes to go. Meta is reporting, obviously, after the bell today, so a lot can change here. I don't think it will be. I mean, Snapchat had a bad day. I don't think Meta will be worse. I think Meta will be better than Snapchat. Snapchat's problems are like advertising obviously is not going to be as fantastic as everyone was expecting previously, but Snapchat has its own problems, and the Meta is just definitely a different beast. So I'm not really seeing a 13%. It could do something like that. But speaking of earnings, this is my segue to going to Brendan to look at the earnings table for what's tonight and tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll take a second here, guys. Make it official. We've talked about a lot of these already, but here we go. Coming up after the close tonight and before the open tomorrow.
So Meta, and really only, like, it's not like there's anything else that's that crazy. Tomorrow morning, we talked about getting some of the names, like the bio names and the healthcare names, Lilly, Bristol Myers, and Merck. That's about it for me. I will look at those. I doubt there'll be a big trade there. It's going to be about Meta. I'll probably be looking at Pinterest as well, just because sometimes you can get a sympathy play, and Pinterest is at a very, very big resistance point, so that'll be on my list. But Meta and Pins, and then you've got the expected volatility.
Yes,
Sean.
of course. Yes, right here. So expected move right now, 7.5% on Meta. So although yesterday, I mean, how wrong was this on AMD? I mean, the expected move was 6%. You could see AMD today up 12.5%. So expectations be darned. It's a good move for AMD, and we will wait to see if we print the same way on Meta tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if Meta goes up 13% or down 13%. They did talk about some fixes that they would have into for iOS, so hopefully that will pan out for them, and they'll see a little bit better there on the ad side of things and see what they talk. I just hope they don't guide or do anything like that. We'll see how many billions that Zuckerberg's putting into the metaverse as well. That should definitely hurt the stock.
Too many.
But we'll wait to see. Like, Meta could rip huge if there's some talk about a stop in spend in the metaverse. So if that ever happens, you are going to be, I was buying Meta $90, sub 100, so we're really happy with it. The reason why I'm on AMD is because it's the only position I have, but there's Meta right now. It's up 80% from the bottoms down here. So, you're going to wait to see how, I mean, the bottom was 80 something, so I know because I think I had an 85 buy in there. I was buying some CDRs as well, so that's why it's a little different. Okay, so AMD, looks like we're only get 70 cents on this last piece. Let's push off or enter and end this thing. There it is. We just got out at 69. So that was a good take there at the end of the day. All of these buys off the imbalance, right back upside to end our day. Really good. We only have 15 seconds now, and then I can finally take a break and relax. Well, I got to film something, I think, anyways.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Darn it.
On
All
next
right.
week. But Fahad is on the bell. There he is. Fantastic flow as always. 5, 4, 3, 2, and ring it, Fahad.
How are those arms? How are the arms looking today? Let's see. Let's go back.
Look at,
Jeez.
wow.
I thought, the thing is,
Popping out of the sweater
wow.
there.
Now I know why this
just
guy
popping,
wears such bulky
popping.
stuff, because like Sharif wears tight shirts, but if this guy wore a tight
No,
shirt,
it'd be a problem.
you'd have like wardrobe malfunctions.
Chat would blow up. It's just, what would we do?
Wow, the gun show is in the building again. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. No, Brad. No, we don't want you to see.
They don't want that smoke, Brad.
They don't want that smoke, Brad.
They don't know
Okay,
what's up
guys.
there.
So we're getting ready to go here one more time, man. I mean, it was such a fantastic day. Yeah, we always kept out a bull, but that was kind of lucky. Could have gone either way. So let's go back over to Brendan now and figure out exactly how we wound up. NASDAQ led the way again today.
Yeah, monster day, guys, when all is said and done. Pretty positive coming off of the Fed. 2.16 for the NASDAQ 100. There it is. 2% for the composite. 2.15 worth noting for the Russell 2000. Pretty strong as well throughout the back half of the day. The big ones, Dow 30, struggled. Dead flat. 1.05 for the S&P.
Thank you guys for the love in the chat. What does Fahad bench? I have no idea. You got to ask Fahad. Probably, like, the standard answer is more than everybody else. That's what I'm pretty sure he would say. So that's not an actual number.
He
It's
said
just
a bar
how he
plus
rolls.
a plate, whatever that is.
Oh, for real? That's all.
How much?
135.
135. No, you didn't say 3.
135, bro.
Oh shit! I had a stop order.
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
No, he's right. He's right. He
bets just more
I'm
than
just playing
135.
around. He said 320, but that's no way. That's
320.
That's sketchy.
There is no chance, Fahad, that you bench 325. Yo, if I see a video of Fahad, you guys tell me in the chat what I have to do and what he has to do. If there's a video of him benching 325 pounds, one clean rep, you let me know, because I don't give a darn what the stakes are. There's no chance in hell you can do it, Fahad. No. That's all I'm saying. You can't say that. It triggers me.
See what I started? You see what I started? Like,
it triggers me when you say that.
Fahad was ringing the bell.
325.
And it was gone. Then I wanted to see the gun show. And what did you want to do, Fahad? Okay. All right, let's just forget about this. Like, he's claiming he'll just bench me and Neil right now, like all this stuff. We love Fahad. There's been a lot of fun.
325.
It's been a hell of a lot of fun. And just we have so many Fahad stories.
325?
He told me another one outside when we were going to go get coffee, and it was that skiing one.
Oh.
How he had never skied a day in his life, and the very first day that he put on skis, he went down a Black Diamond Hill. And I mean, I was just saying, like, and he looking at us straight in the face. Brendan, let's get Brendan on
You should have
camera.
seen his face when he said it. It's just, I mean, go
Brendan,
ahead.
you ski. Do you think that's possible that someone on the very first time they ever put skis on could do that kind of a thing on a hill like that?
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it's very unlikely.
Okay. All right, so yeah.
That's the polite Brennan way of saying hell no, by the way, just so you know.
I was just saying,
He's too polite to say hell no. That's Brennan won't
I'm
say
sure
that.
there is a possibility for that. So, anyways, we'll see. Look, Fahad ran his mouth about bowling, got beat by Lucas, and then, the rest is history. We saw him play some ball.
Meta out?
We're going to show some highlights of this guy playing ball, and everyone can judge for himself, right?
Is Meta out? Is Meta out?
All right, is Meta out? Let's go. Is it?
No,
nothing's
it's
moving
not
right
yet.
I don't think it's out yet.
Nope.
The professor's like Meta's moving. It just
It's
touched
moving, but it's not out
155 there for Meta. So it is starting to go a little bit here in the aftermarket as we just have a little bit of fun waiting for this number. Yeah, I don't see anything out right yet. Apparently 405. Okay, do you want to stay? What do you guys want to do?
You have to shoot. I'm fine.
Oh yeah, I have to shoot it.
We can stay a minute or
We can stay
two.
another minute there.
We'll give it to 405 in case it comes out. Cool.
Okay, we'll watch out for Meta. Brendan will have that with us. But yeah, what a great day today. I think that you can watch the fade maybe on AMD, on NVIDIA, and all that kind of stuff. We'll wait. Yeah, we'll go over to Brendan's screen when it comes up. But there's still 30 seconds. It may not come out at 4:05. So if you want to, you can come to my screen quickly, Fahad, and then we'll go back over.
Yeah,
but
we'll
here we
just
go.
stick with Meta.
Right now, we are temporarily bouncing a little bit here to the upside on Meta, breaking out through up to 155. So let's see if that was a fat finger or not. There is a big trade there right at the close, over 2 million shares on market on close in balance. We now have 15 seconds left. This is the trade that everyone's waiting to go for. So we're going to wait to see here if Meta is ready to go. Here comes the report in just a couple seconds. Here comes the Meta report. Go over. Are we going to Brendan's screen or what do we want to do? Here we go. Is it out or is it not?
See if there's an anticlimactic
Don't be
finish to this,
lame.
but
Come on, 405.
It should populate here whenever it does come out, but nothing yet, guys. Oh, there we go.
No,
the first number is coming through.
It's moving.
There it is right there. First couple numbers coming through. The market is coming to the
32 billion versus 31.5, so revenue beats.
EPS,
daily
miss.
active users, 2 billion on average in December, an increase of 4% year over year.
We like that. We like that.
That's the number.
Here we go. Here goes
That's
Meta.
the number.
Meta right now starting to go. That's what we said. I said we like that. That was at 155. Meta to the moon. Here we go. Nice little move upside for Meta. We just brought to you live on Trader TV Live. We talked about that. Numbers, what they wanted. There it is. It's a monster for Meta up to 165 and still mooning. I said we could go 12%. Let's see what happens with Meta. Are they copying AMD? Meta, has it saved the day? Or does Zuckerberg get on the horn and tank this thing? Maybe no spend on the metaverse. Let's go to the upside. It's a big one. It's Meta, and it's a beat temporarily. Good move there for Meta.
Snapchat's problems are Snapchat's problems. End of story.
Intel?
End of story. It's just like Intel's problems are Intel's problems. AMD goes up. That's what we're talking about this morning. It's a stock by stock basis. Forget about the sectors. Treat each stock as their own because Meta crushed it. Snapchat, it is what it is. I don't mean to crap on Snapchat, but it is what it is here. Thankfully, we're able to see it. 170s. It's still going up. 172, 15% on Meta. Meta to the moon. Congratulations if you're enjoying this one. Obviously, we couldn't hold the longs in Meta until the aftermarket. I mean, the longs look ridiculous now, but fun day today, and it looks even better now.
Guys, I was pounding the table at Meta's PE when it was 11. Now it's through the roof. We're hella long this name. We've almost got 100%. This is going to be a great little level there. Brendan, thanks a lot for everything today. It's been a fantastic day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been crazy. It's now 4:07, the longest we've ever gone. So let's wrap this up. Thanks to the Midday Show. Thanks to Jerome Powell. Thanks to everybody today. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I know.
The show's going to get better and better. I don't know how we beat today, but it was great. Thank you to everybody. Thanks, Brendan. Thanks, Neil. I'm Sean, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Ciao.